6 o'clock. If there's one item, one issue, one story that you're looking forward to discussing this morning, because you saw this, because I saw it in your little email last night, I saw it as well. If there's one particular thing that you're looking forward to discussing this morning, what might it be?
God, I don't know.
Oh, geez,
I don't know. I hate these guessing games.
There's no guessing game.
I don't know. I don't even remember what I sent you last night. I have to look in my sent email.
All right, forget it.
I don't even remember.
Worst boyfriend ever. Or, I'm sorry, worst ex-boyfriend ever.
I didn't want to talk about this.
Oh,
this is the one thing I didn't want to talk about.
What do you mean you didn't want to talk about
This
it?
is horrific.
Hold on. How do you not want to talk about it? This has all kinds of opportunities for us to ask our listeners.
I mean, there's a lot here.
Any listeners with the worst boyfriend ever, or
Ex?
did you ever do anything, or did they ever do anything? You know, so boyfriend, girlfriend. This is equal opportunity. This can go either way. So I think we can get stories on this. Did you ever do something that you regret or you're embarrassed by now after a breakup? Or was something done to you that was horrific after a breakup or relationship went south? Anyway, we'll get to this later on. Worst boyfriend ever. I mean, the amount of effort.
The effort.
That went into this.
The time, the investment.
See, look, Fester, you're all ready to talk about this. You know exactly what to add to this conversation.
It's not my first day, but yeah, I mean, coming
well,
out of
sometimes it very much seems like it's your first day.
Hi, I'm Fester. It's my first day here. Where's the coffee machine?
Yeah, hey.
Do we work on Fridays? All right, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, no, listen. I saw this, and I'm like, holy cow. And then I just read a couple of the details, and I'm like, this is amazing. And then it just sparked a bigger question. How crazy are our listeners?
Yeah. Well, listen, it's not just how crazy are our listeners, but also, do we have listeners that had crazy crap done to them? I would like this. You know what the challenge is going to be? Top this.
Yeah.
That's going to be the challenge this morning on the crazy ex-boyfriend story. Go ahead and see if you can top this. The challenge is on. Top this. All right, welcome, everybody. It is the Wednesday edition of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. As always, we really appreciate it if you spread the word regarding the MJ Morning Show. If you know folks that listen to something else, tell them to give us a shot, because there's nothing more entertaining than this program in the entire area, pound for pound, daily, just a consistent barrage of quality entertainment. So spread the word about the MJ Morning Show. You know, some people still don't know we are back. 4.5 years into our return, there's still some people that don't know we're back. Yeah. Where's Michelle?
Where is she?
Well, we kind of discussed this on the show yesterday. Let me see how much Fester gleaned from the show yesterday. We spoke about this. Do you have any idea where Michelle is and why Michelle is not here today? While she's been coming in and offering, I think, a very productive voice to the program. Not that she hasn't. I mean, I've been calling her up for, 30 years, since 1994,
but lately,
waking Michelle up on the phone. But Michelle's been coming into the studio, with Roxanne's departure and the fact that we're in the hunt right now, and we're looking for a permanent replacement, a new cast member here on the MJ Morning Show. And I think we're getting closer. I think we've got a really good pile. Maybe that's not good. We got a pile.
A good pile. Really good pile.
We got a pile.
I mean, is it like 20 names?
Oh, many more applied or wanted to get noticed for the rare, extremely rare job opening here on the MJ Morning Show. So just a lot of good people are out of work. I mean, the radio industry is a lot of it is a dumpster fire. I mean, every single company, every radio company is operating on a fraction of staff, than they used to operate with. You got people doing like 9 different jobs now where they used to be able to do just one job and really focus on it well. So anyway, I'm looking forward. Exciting times are ahead because we're going to add the perfect new cast member to the MJ Morning Show sometime, I think, within the next, I would say 30 to 60 days, 30 to 45 days. Somewhere in that vicinity is what I'm, shooting for. So we'll see where things land. So come on, Michelle, where?
All right,
we
so-
talked about this yesterday.
Hold on, let me think. Sometimes I try to wipe the show clean as soon as it's done, so I have to She mentioned something about taking a trip, but she didn't want to say where.
Well, I think I said like where they were headed. I think I said what city they were going to. Did I? Oh, I didn't. Okay,
She didn't want to say what city she was going to.
Yeah. So it's college related, or I should say law school related for Chloe. So Chloe's off work today. She took the day off. And Michelle and Chloe, they flew out last night. I dropped them off at the airport at about 5 o'clock.
What's the big secret?
I don't know. She doesn't want to.
How many colleges are in the particular town they're flying to?
Oh, there are numerous.
Okay.
There are numerous. But, this is law school. Of course, Chloe is planning to go to law school in the fall. She already has a couple of acceptances. She's got a number of really good wait lists. Bottom line is this year is terrible to try to get into law school because the applications are up like 25 to 35% in many schools. It's the busiest law school application year in years, and it's just a barrage. So, schools where Chloe absolutely would have been accepted on a normal year, she's on the wait list. So they are flying to a city where a school that she really, really likes. And she's on the wait list there, and they're doing an event today. And if you're on a wait list, you're supposed to demonstrate your continued interest to go to this particular law school. So Chloe and Michelle got on a plane last night. They flew away, and they're at an event today, and they're coming back later tonight. So that's why Michelle's not here. Hey, I've got content warning.
Is this the video you shot yesterday afternoon?
So you're aware of this. Oh, Mr. I don't look at your feed all the time.
I don't
look at your Instagram all the time.
I don't look at your Instagram. However, it comes up in the reel.
Yeah.
I wasn't going out of my way to see what was there.
Did you see the massive font that I put on the screen? Content warning. I even spaced out warning. I did the W space, A space, R space, N space, I space, N space, G space. For warning, I spaced it out with like 3 exclamation points. So just a content warning if you are easily offended. Folks, listen carefully.
I mean, you really have to be the barometer of how easily you're offended before you see this.
All right, if you are easily offended, do not, I repeat, do not look at the video that in fact, I gotta unpin it. I gotta make it the top item because I've got a couple of things pinned right now. So I need to, I think, unpin a couple of things to make this, let's see, unpin from profile. Yeah, the bird that fell out of the sky in front of me. Let me unpin that video. And then Michelle, speaking of offensive, Michelle with the breadstick at Olive Garden on Valentine's night.
Yeah, it's really
so hold on, got a lot of offensive content lately. Unpin from profile. Okay, unpinned. So that will make the content warning video. Oh, didn't unpin. So this will make this front and center. Hang on, unpin from profile. Why is this not unpinning?
I don't know.
Hang on a minute. Unpin from profile. Okay, now it's unpinned. All right. So, folks, it's on my Instagram. It's the first item at Certified MJ Radio. If you are easily offended, do not. I'm telling you. Warning, 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 warning. Warning. If you are easily offended, do not go to my Instagram. Do not look at the first item right now. There's even a big notice on the screen. Content warning. If you are offended easily, do not look at this on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. Do not look at the video that I shot at a very well-known sandwich shop. Do not, whatever you do, do not, I repeat, do not look at my video on my Instagram if you're easily offended. All right, so, hey, what's going on I-4? Oh, I guess Shriner will tell us in a minute. Just I-4 eastbound, is it eastbound?
I don't know. Is there something going on?
Or is it westbound? Anyway, there's a big, there's a major backup on I-4. What a shocker. All right, just getting rolling. It is going to be a busy Wednesday here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Shriner's got the latest with traffic.
Things look...
have to return our video? Are we back on MJTV? All right. Did you miss us coming back, Andrew? Yeah, a couple of
maybe about a second.
Yeah, a couple of seconds. Yeah. Oh, okay.
We'll only get 100 complaints about it.
All right. Hey, can you put the polysporin audio back up there? The woman with the polysporin up the nose. Yeah, I had this on my audio page for the last couple of days. I just didn't get to it, and I want to get to that this morning. Yeah, a lady with a hot tip about like a Neosporin hack.
Okay, up the nose.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, and it's. I've heard this before, and I don't want to give too much away, but shoving stuff up your nostrils. All right, it is the MJ Morning Show. It's Q105, 104.7 FM. Welcome, everybody. A special thank you to all of our early listeners. You ready for the latest health issue? I mean, we just can't get enough here. I mean, we can't get a break, can't get enough of, this health crap being shoved down our faces. In this case, again, this would be shoved up our nose. This is not the Neosporin deal, though.
I was about to say, we're having a tough day on the nose.
Yeah, this is not the Neosporin, polysporin. No. We have enough stuff to worry about. Now we have to worry about it's like every day there's something that we never really thought about, and now it's a hazard to our health. The hell? You know what the latest is?
What?
Brake dust. now
brake dust.
Brake dust is worse on your lungs than diesel exhaust. So now we have to worry about people using the brakes on their car and the dust from the brake. Hey, listen, look at your wheels. Look at the brake dust that on many cars collects on your rims, your wheels, on your whip. I mean, look at the amount. The car that we're driving now, our BMW, man, it's got heavy brake dust. I mean, because there are seriously good brakes on this vehicle, and many cars kick up a lot of brake dust, and it collects on the wheel.
So the better the dust, the bigger health hazard?
No.
The better the brakes?
I'm just saying that I'm just talking about brake dust actually manifesting and being visible on my car and many other cars. But no, the brake dust thing, it's a hazard whether you can see it or not. Oh, so they claim. It's just all the vehicles that are driving on our roads, when you brake, there's brake dust that comes from the brake pads because of the friction of the mechanism. And the brake dust. Now, listen to that. I'm not making this up. I mean, this is a new research project. Yeah, a new study says that when you apply the brakes on your car, that tiny particles from the brakes, and yes, there are some brake pads that are worse for our health. I mean, folks, this is another episode of crap that you didn't know about yesterday.
I don't know if I buy this.
Now you know about today. That's going to hurt you.
Are there just like a bunch of guys that used to work at Firestone coming down with like cancer or something?
This is like the department of let's scare the hell out of everybody. It's the department of what crap can we say is going to kill you today incorporated,
I mean, I guess I'm sure brake dust isn't really healthy for you, but what's the effect?
Well, because the particles, you breathe them in.
I get it.
And maybe soon you're going to have to send away for, maybe a pamphlet on mesothelioma or something.
Who's dropping dead from this, though?
Well, it's the cumulative effect. So university researchers in the UK, you're going to love this. They published their findings in a journal called Particle and Fiber Toxology. What? There's a journal. I think we've learned now there's a journal for freaking everything. Everything. You know what? There's a journalist shoving a garden hose up your butt.
I subscribed to that one.
That's a good one.
I was actually on the cover in October of 2007.
I guess you have many different types of brake pads out there on all the different vehicles, cars, trucks, SUVs, blah, blah, blah. But I guess they found that if a brake pad has a higher amount of copper, that that jacks up the chances of you having lung issues if you inhale the particles from certain brake pads.
Are there any Meineke employees with black lung because of brake pads?
No. It's not the shops that are.
No,
I don't think it's the shops.
The shops is where it's got to be the most dense. Cars are coming in every day. You're lifting it up. You're putting your face right in the tire, fixing the brakes.
I'm just saying. Now we have a new thing to worry about: is dust from brake pads. Worse for your health than diesel exhaust.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing like going to like a Love's truck stop.
Yeah.
Or a Travel America, right? Nothing like just hanging out in one of their big giant lots and just whiffing on all those idling diesel engines.
I love it. Checking out the lot lizards, walking from cab to cab.
You like the smell of diesel in the morning? Is that it?
I'm not mad at it.
Oh, get out of here.
The rumble of the engines.
Hey, speaking of foreign objects, I didn't get to this yesterday. I hope that my tardiness in mentioning this didn't cause any harm to anybody. That would really suck. That really suck if I'm gonna discuss something right now and somebody says, "Oh my God." If I would have heard this on the MJ Morning Show yesterday, I wouldn't have a ripped esophagus. Am I getting the wheeze out of you?
Yeah, I mean, who has a ripped esophagus?
This is a weird day. I've got 2 ripped esophagus stories.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a double dose of ripped esophagia.
I mean, do we go months without one? And today we have 2?
Is that a proper term? Esophaguses? Esophagi? Esophagia? I don't know. I think I heard esophagia somewhere. Anyway, so I've got, really, seriously, I'm not making that. I've got 2 esophagus stories today. All right, esophagus. All right, so the first one, and I had this yesterday, and my God, I'm going to be beside myself. If somebody really got hurt, and this is breakfast related, well, it could be snack related as well. It might not only be breakfast related, but the FDA, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, they put out an update on a granola bar recall. I guess it was initiated last year, but they've now upgraded the recall for granola bars, which were sold nationwide, which may have metal particles in the granola bars.
That's not good.
And it could cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. And I guess there are potential metal fragments in the granola bars. And, a lot of things are jammed up and compressed into a granola bar.
Yeah, mostly granola.
Yeah, but, you've got little fruits and nuts and oats.
I like the ones with chocolate chips.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And M&Ms.
Those are the good ones.
M&Ms all jammed in there.
Maybe a little peanut butter glaze on top.
What about little pieces of pork chop? You like those? Little pork chop granola bars?
Hold on. You know where I can find pork chop granola bars?
Pork shank granola bars?
I'd eat them.
Yeah. Anyway, so Riverside Natural Foods first recalled certain batches of their made good. Yeah. They're made good, all right.
Yep. Strong. Made real good.
Yeah.
Built with metal.
Real strong. They're made good. These granola bars don't fall apart. They're reinforced with rebar.
You can stand up to a hurricane.
Yeah. Hurricane-rated granola bars.
You're going to love it.
Yeah. Very structurally sound because it's reinforced with metal fragments.
You can build the foundation of your patio with these granola bars.
Ready to pour the concrete. All right. So, Riverside Natural Foods recalling made good granola bars sold all across the country and out of the country. So initially, they put out the recall at the end of the year last year in December because of potential metal contamination, which could be a serious safety hazard. But now the FDA is updating. Yeah, they're adding, I guess, more products to it, and they've upped the class of the recall. So they have different classes. So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has posted an update labeling it as a Class 2 recall. And a Class 2 recall describes a situation in which use of or exposure to A violative product may cause temporary or medical reversible adverse effects, consequences, or where the probability of serious adverse health consequences is remote. So maybe it's not that big of a deal. But listen, a total, and this is insane. This is another reason why I wanted to. Do you know how many cases? Do you know how many cases of freaking granola bars they are recalling?
I mean, I'm looking online, and they're available at not Publix, Target.
Yeah, listen, Amazon, I've seen these things, right? It's the made good granola bar. Do you know how many cases are being recalled?
It's got to be millions of cases.
Yeah. 2,408,883 cases.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even fathom that. What if I put 2,408,883 cases of their granola end to end from South Tampa? Would that go to Maine?
I mean, would it go to Alaska? I don't know.
2 million. You know
Sounds.
Guess what? Somebody could probably calculate this.
Sure.
That if you,
I need the dimensions of the box.
You need the dimension of the box, and then if you have it's cases. So how many boxes of the granola in a case, or do we stack the cases so it's even more boxes? Because if it's 2,400,000 cases, there can be multiple boxes in the case.
I'm right. I'm only thinking the shipping case.
Oh, the case count.
Yeah, the case.
The case. Man, that is a lot of freaking boxes of granola. That is insane. All right, I feel really bad. I did have the story yesterday, and if anybody, I wonder if I'm liable. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully nobody tore their tongue open with a chunk of metal. All right, 6:33, and then I've got an even weirder esophagus story later on the MJ Morning Show. But you know what's next?
What?
Next, Morons in the News. And I'm going to tell you right now that we've got usually really good days. This is a great day. This is an absolutely spectacular day for Morons in the News next here on the MJ Morning Show. If you do not... It is 6:41, and the morons are aplenty on the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester here. Michelle off with Chloe out of town on a law school visit today. Maybe I'll buzz them up a little later on. Actually, I do have something we probably need to check in with Michelle on a little later on.
All right.
And it's actually something that you brought up, and I think Michelle needs to weigh in on this because I think you're making a suggestion, and I don't know. I don't know what Michelle's thoughts on this are, so a little bit later on. All right, first, though, early morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show. What do we always say about making sure, and I'm not trying to give hot tips here to, like, thieves. I can't stand a thief. I can't stand a felon. I can't stand somebody that breaks the law, endangers society. I don't have any tolerance for that crap. So I'm not giving out tips here, but it always amuses me when somebody is speeding, has a broken tail light.
Yeah.
They've got like a vehicle issue, a mechanical issue and then they're loaded up with drugs or whatever. Similar story, more than 29 pounds of cocaine were found after a van skipped an agricultural station here in Florida. More than 29 pounds of cocaine were nabbed. Officers stopped a white cargo van that was supposed to stop at an agricultural interdiction station.
What? I don't know that I've ever seen an agricultural station.
It's in the Panhandle, and I've seen like the way stations.
Yeah, for truckers or DOT vehicles.
So the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Office of Agricultural Law Enforcement, they stopped the vehicle that was supposed to stop apparently, but blew right by some kind of an agricultural station in Escambia County.
How would they even know that they had to stop by?
It must have been a vehicle or a truck that needed to stop. Listen, let's see if we can dig up some more info. But according to the Florida Department of Agriculture, 29 pounds of coke, 24 grand a bundle. Would that be a key maybe? Was it a kilo? 24,000 a kilo? The total street value, They're estimating it over $260,000. All right, from the Florida Department of Agriculture. Florida's agricultural law enforcement officers serve as the first line of defense against criminal activity and threats to our state.
Okay.
This is according to the commissioner, Wilton Simpson, a name that many of you might have heard before. This significant drug seizure is a testament to the critical role our agricultural law enforcement officers play in keeping Florida safe. I'm proud of the work our Office of Agricultural Law Enforcement did, and the men and women who put their lives on the line every day to intercept criminals and illicit contraband that endangers our community. So on February 12th, a cargo van bypassed the agricultural inspection station, which then sent the officers after the vehicle. Because, a lot of times they've got like chase vehicles.
Absolutely.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've actually seen like an 18-wheeler like blow past a way station, and that they'll have like officers, because we've got like enforcement officers. It's not a highway patrol. It's other officers that will enforce. And I've seen them go after trucks that try to roll right past the way station, on the interstate. So they obviously noted that this vehicle should have stopped. They're calling it a cargo van. Maybe it was a box van? Might have been a box truck or something, and it just blew past. They pulled the thing over, and that's when they found all of these. They found 11 bricks of cocaine, 29.2 pounds. Yeah, so they pulled the van over. So you know what? If you're rolling in and you've got all kinds of, drugs in your vehicle, I guess you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
Am I going to go to the agricultural inspection station and have my, coke load discovered there, or am I going to take the chance and just blow this thing and just drive right by it?
Well, a lot of times these inspection stations, MJ, it's random. They don't inspect every vehicle. They don't have the manpower for that. They might do 1 out of 10.
I know that's the case like at the border, like all the trucks that are coming in like from Mexico, cars and trucks, the Customs and Border Protection folks, they know what they're looking for. There are certain things that they see that we don't see that are sort of a tip-off that, this could be a hot vehicle here. Let's go ahead and look at this one. But still, tons of stuff gets smuggled into this country from Mexico when trucks are just waved through. And, and I believe there's like a trusted program where certain vehicles have, there's either a notification, but there's I think it's like a trusted vehicle program.
Yeah, we don't have that in Florida. You're going to bring drugs into here. We're going to search everywhere.
Anyway, so just another example, blowing by the agriculture. But I don't think I've seen this before, the agricultural inspection station.
I guess it would be near the borders. We don't live near a state border.
This is a great story out of Polk County. Morons in the news, baby. Frostproof. Oh, we always love the name Frostproof.
Yeah.
But of course, when we get cold snaps, they do get frost in Frostproof.
They don't quite live up to their name.
Yeah. So a woman in Polk County, this woman's a hoe.
Whoa.
Oh, because she attacked the guy with a garden hoe.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, So a Polk County woman is accused of attacking a man with a garden hoe.
It's not nice. What happened?
Apparently, they were supposed to hang out, and he blew her off. So she decides to attack him with a hoe. According to Grady Judd's operation, the Polk County Sheriff's Office, 47-year-old Melanie Davis attacked a man because he canceled plans apparently at the last minute. So she's all ticked off, goes to his home at 3 a.m. This is the 3 a.m. Last Tuesday. Yells and screams at him from the front yard. Then she climbs over the fence into his property, pushes in his front door, starts to punch him. Then She grabs a garden hoe and starts bashing him over the head with the garden hoe.
Did she bring the garden hoe?
No, I
or
don't.
was that in his house?
Well, that's the question I have, because it says that she kicked in the front door,
so now she's in the house.
starts punching him. So it seems that maybe the garden hoe was inside the house.
Who keeps lawn equipment just in their living room?
You know what? Carpet maintenance with a garden hoe is a thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I have no idea.
I'll tell you what, man. A garden hoe is a hell of a weapon.
It is.
I mean, besides the funny name, it's really just a blade on a stick.
Put that hoe down. And she grabbed the garden hoe and starts smacking him with it. And he had some serious cuts.
Yeah.
He had to be taken to the hospital. He was bleeding profusely. He was treated at a Polk County hospital. And a garden hoe attack, a home invasion, battery, all because the dude canceled the plans to so-called hang out. They were supposed to hang out.
Yeah, makes sense.
He cancels, and then she goes to his house and beats the crap out of him with a garden freaking hoe.
Unless you're going to wear a football helmet or something, don't cancel on her again.
Oh, my God. All right, so Polk County frostproof, man. That's morons of the news.
You know how some people keep, like, umbrellas next to their door? He had lawn equipment. He had gardening equipment there. He had a shovel.
I wonder if he had a rototiller.
Probably.
A garden weasel. Remember the garden weasel?
Yeah.
Dude, with those, like the spinning. That's like a medieval, like the mace.
A mace on a stick.
Yeah, the garden weasel, man. You ought to do some damage. You could perforate someone's face. You could like run that thing up and down someone's face with the garden weasel.
Don't give Melanie any more ideas.
I'm sorry. All right. I won't give her any more hoe ideas. Wait a second. What line? 4? All right. Andrew wants me to grab line 4.
Right.
Someone's going to explain the agricultural inspections. Is it Eddie?
All right.
Eddie in Tampa. Eddie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Eddie. Welcome.
Hey, I'm just listening about that. Agriculture is out there at 75 towards Georgia and right next to, close by to I-10.
Okay, so 75 and I-10?
Yeah, in between, exit around 437, something like that.
All right, so why and how do they know what to? Who has to go into the agricultural inspection station?
Every single truck that is through the DOT. So like U-Haul trucks.
Yep.
Perkins, semi trucks, and that agriculture is made for people that those people that drove the horses, animals.
Oh yeah, the horse trailers. Hold on, are you saying that somebody moving to Florida from Indiana in a U-Haul, do they have to stop?
Yes.
Really? They could be bringing in some deadly house plants.
Because every single truck right now is going through the DOT.
Oh,
so
wow.
you cannot rent anymore those big ones. The $49 or whatever.
Yeah.
You cannot rent them anymore if you don't have a CDL license.
Oh wow. Okay.
The,
All right.
the only one you can rent is the 1995. But anyway, every single semi.
Whoa, wait a sec. So
you know what? You don't see. He has a point. Remember U-Hauls used to have like really, really big trucks?
I rented one. I rented a 26-foot U-Haul. I've driven one of those. I drove one back and forth to New York.
26-foot might be the limit. Maybe
When?
like over.
I drove a 26-footer, back in like 2020. So, 5 years ago.
I used to work for the company installing cabinets and restaurants, Carabas, Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
And they hire me because I had a CDL license in Perkins. I'm talking about Perkins. Perkins renting place.
All right, because listen, Eddie, I thought we looked up like driving the big truck, and we had looked it up that I did not have to stop for inspections in the 26-foot U-Haul. So I better check. Eddie, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they're all over
Thanks.
it, apparently.
All right, 650. So I guess check on that if you got to stop at like the agricultural and the inspection stations.
They're not looking for fruit. They're seeing if you're smuggling horses.
All right, it is 6:54 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, you got to be kidding me. It's every day now, the chances of us getting smashed by an asteroid are going up. Have you seen the latest?
No.
So remember we talked about the asteroid a couple of days ago?
Maybe a week ago, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was last week.
Like what's the percentage?
The newly discovered it's literally, it's like every other hour they're raising the chance now of the planet getting smashed by an asteroid, and they're calling it a city killer. All right, hold on to that thought. We'll get to that. You got to hear this. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Stuck on 275 southbound Howard Franklin. Just a big old jam up. What, like a 40-minute plus delay, Fester? What are you hearing?
I heard upwards of an hour. I heard one lane's getting by.
What the? Hey, Andrew, what's going on the bridge? I know that Schreiner had it in traffic, but what is the issue on the Howard Franklin 275 south, Andrew?
I'm seeing at least the left lane is blocked.
A lot of lanes are blocked.
What's causing it?
I don't know.
Accident?
I can't really tell if it's an accident or if it's a disabled vehicle.
There's a bunch of emergency vehicles out there. It looks like there's an emergency.
Yeah, you know what? It's where it all like twists and turns, where the lanes do all the turns and S curves.
The little herky jerky part.
Yeah, it gets all herky jerky, and it curves like a snake this way, then that way, and it's near the beginning of the Howard Franklin. It looks, yes, Andrew.
And I've been seeing this here for the past almost hour, so hopefully it'll be cleared up soon.
All right, now there are two spots when you're headed southbound on the Howard Franklin. On the Tampa side, close to where you get on the bridge, you have the lanes that are, twisting and turning, going this way, that way. And then there's another portion on the Pinellas side. So and I'm just looking at the traffic cam. Is that the...
Yeah, that's the Tampa side.
That's the Tampa side?
Yeah, because here's the traffic volume.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Volume map.
Yeah, I see it. All right, so listen, I feel really bad if you're jammed up in the traffic. All right. I don't know what's going on here. How is it that every freaking day, and yesterday I saw the odds of us getting smashed by this asteroid in 2032, I saw it go up twice, within hours.
It seems like a lot for one day.
We talked about this. This is the Asteroid 2024 YR4. That's the name of this damn thing. And it was discovered last year. So this is a fairly new discovery. And this is a big asteroid, and they're calling it a city killer. And I saw some spooky ass animation online. I think the New York Post had this last week, and they had animation of if a big asteroid this big, and they're saying it's estimated at 177 feet, and that's the estimated size, which is about as wide as the Leaning Tower of Pisa is high. That's what they're saying is just a comparison.
All right.
And they're saying if this thing bashes into a city, it decimates it. It flattens it. It levels it. And the New York Post had an animated simulation last week, and it showed the rock hitting Midtown Manhattan, and it completely flattened all of Manhattan, gone, nothing standing. It just wiped out. And then it took out like a bunch of New Jersey on the other side of the Hudson.
I mean, well,
And then it took out like the Bronx and bunch of Queens and Brooklyn. And it's like, what the hell?
this is terrible.
Well, here's the deal. It's still a low percentage, but in just like 5 days, it keeps going up. And then I'm telling you, yesterday, I think it went up twice. All right, so here's the deal. So on February 7th, NASA jammed up. This is the first jam up. So originally, there was a 1.2% chance. 1.2.
I was okay with that.
Yeah, a 1.2% chance of the asteroid hitting the planet in 2032. All right, that was on February 7th, 1.2%. And then they jammed it up to 2.3%.
All right.
Then, a couple of days ago, they jammed it up to 2.6%. And then yesterday, they've now raised it to 3.1%. At this rate, if they're raising it like a percentage point a day almost, at this point, it's going to be a foregone conclusion. It's bashing into the planet by sometime at the end of May.
I mean,
it's a done deal.
by the middle of spring, we're up a creek.
What's the TV show?
Yeah, that's what
Schitt's Creek is what that TV show is called.
that's awful.
Oh, my God.
I mean, every day it increases. I've never seen anything quite like this. Usually these asteroids are so far away.
Yeah. So they're saying that if the asteroid hits the planet, that it has 500 times more energy than was released by the atomic bomb that destroyed Hiroshima in Japan in August of 1945.
That's it?
500 times the energy. Now, Andrew, Andrew, our producer, he's all alarmed in there. Yes, Andrew, what is your question, please?
Is every model you're seeing showing it hitting North America?
I never said that. I said the New York Post did a simulation of it hitting Manhattan. As a matter of fact, though, how the hell do they know? I know that they know where the object is, and they can calculate the trajectory if it remains on a course and it's unhindered and its trajectory is unhampered. It doesn't get hit by something to knock it off a little bit. But at this point, they're saying that it has a good chance of hitting the ocean. But right now, they're saying that the way that it's coming toward Earth, that it's got a likelihood, if it does hit, of hitting Africa or the Middle East. So it doesn't look like North America, but, who the hell knows?
I mean, they did a simulation just for shock value so we could relate it to something we all understand. But we don't want it hitting an ocean either. We don't want it hitting us at all.
Yeah, we want it to miss the planet. Absolutely.
How about it takes out the moon, huh? How about that?
Well, dude, did you just flippantly pull that out of your butt?
I mean, I can live without the moon.
Hold, no, you don't. No, we can't live.
The moon's fine. The moon doesn't affect me.
No, you can't.
I can be fine without the moon.
No, we need the moon.
We don't need the moon.
It helps.
What do we need the moon for?
The gravitational pull and tides and
we're pulling the moon.
The moon is very, very important to the balance of things on Earth. Hold on a minute.
I'll be okay without the moon.
Why? Because there was a story last week that the asteroid could plow into the moon as well. Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah. Oh, there was a story last week that the asteroid could hit the moon.
See you later,
I mean,
moon.
the moon's been hit by a lot of crap. I mean, look at the craters. I mean, the Earth has been hit by the dinosaur extinction. The massive asteroid that plowed into the planet back during the dinosaur times off of the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America, you bastard.
All
right,
so it'll take me a while. I apologize.
And, I've been to the massive crater in Arizona, to the east of Flagstaff. The massive crater there, that also was a huge event. We've been hey, what about, remember the asteroid or the fragments that blew up over Russia?
Yeah.
Remember that?
All the dash cam videos.
Dude.
Caught it streaking across the sky.
That thing injured 1,000 people. It collapsed some buildings. It blew out thousands and thousands of windows. And that was, an asteroid particle entering our atmosphere that it didn't all burn up. and it blew up close to the ground, and it just caused a crap ton of damage. Anyway, so I'm not feeling comfortable about this. That every day it's going up a percentage point. Like I said, by May, it's 100%.
When's it going to hit?
It's
Possibly
2032.
All right, so we still have a little time.
Yeah, it's 7 years. But I also read that 7 years is not enough to alter the course. Dude, I saw the Bruce Willis movie, man.
Yeah, right.
And they did that in a couple of months, I think. All right? Just get... Oh, Bruce Willis is not available these days.
He's not.
Poor guy. Oh, God, I feel so bad for Bruce Willis.
You know what? Maybe we should send him.
Hey, you know who else I feel bad for?
Oh.
This, I hated to see this. I mean, the medical ailments that hit people, just the weird stuff. Like, we could take phone calls from listeners.
Okay.
Like, what crazy medical ailment just came out of nowhere and, like, turned your life upside down? Or if you know somebody that just had a medical ailment just materialize out of nowhere. So a celebrity, and you'll know his name. You'll certainly know the band. You'll certainly know the music. And let me give you an example. This song right here. What song is that, Fester?
The Stray Cats?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that song is the
Brian Setzer?
Yes,
audio?
yes.
Oh, is it Brian Setzer Orchestra?
No, it's
Or
the Stray Cats was the name of the band.
Oh, I don't.
And that was the Stray Cat Strut. No, but I'm impressed you knew that. I'm impressed you knew anything.
I'm impressed. I knew it too.
That's the Stray Cat Strut from the Stray Cats. But the lead singer, Brian Setzer, and you knew the guy's name. And of course, the Stray Cats, Gunner 17. Remember this one? Sexy at 17. Anyway, have you heard what's going on with Brian Setzer?
No.
Stray Cats? He can't play the guitar anymore because he
Wow.
had some kind of an autoimmune disease hit him. And he says that it's like he's wearing gloves. His fingers feel like he's got gloves on. He can't even play the guitar and use his fingers to...
He lost his sense of touch, his dexterity in his hands.
Yeah.
Can't grip the guitar.
Brian Setzer says that he's been dealing with health issues, and it's affected his ability to play the guitar. So he shared on social media. He's, by the way, 65 years old.
He's not an old man.
No, he's not that old. And he can no longer play the guitar. He said, toward the end of the last Stray Cats tour, I noticed that my hands were cramping, and it felt like he was wearing gloves. I mean, you can't play the guitar with, like, gloves on. I mean, go get a pair of garden gloves.
Try to play the guitar.
Yeah, try to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do your string moves and do the chords that you need to do. He said that he couldn't play the guitar. He says there's no pain, but it feels like he's wearing gloves. And he was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. What the hell?
You can't just say an autoimmune disease because there's like dozens and dozens of autoimmune diseases.
Setzer shared also that he's seen some progress. He's seeking treatment at the Mayo Clinic.
All right.
So in this case, don't hold the Mayo.
Give them all the mayo.
Give them all. Just slather it with mayo at the Mayo Clinic.
Heavy mayo, please.
He said, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I was at the point where I couldn't even hold a pen or tie his shoes. He did not share the type of autoimmune disease that he's battling.
Yeah, I mean, when you say an autoimmune disease, that's a really vague term.
Yeah, but he can't tour. He can't play the guitar.
Can he sing?
God, I mean, what autoimmune disease would make it feel like you've got gloves on and that you can't even hold a pen or manipulate the strings on a guitar neck? And I feel bad for that. I mean, that's your passion. This is what sucks. And you think about, I hate that, you could potentially get to the point in your life where you just can't do the things you love, but I guess that's aging, just getting old.
I mean, most common autoimmune disease, diabetes, type 1, arthritis, psoriatic arthritis.
Psoriatic.
Whatever. Multiple sclerosis.
Yeah.
I mean, myasthenia gravis
listen,
is
you've got
Graves' disease.
Yeah, you've got myasthenia. I've got a touch of rheumatoid. I'm sorry, correction. I've got a touch of psoriatic.
Inflammatory bowel disease is a. I mean, could that make him not play the guitar?
IBS?
Yeah,
I don't know. Graves? I mean, there's all kind. There's just a crap ton of these autoimmune diseases. Just scary crap. I mean, you're going through life and everything's great and dandy, and then boom, here comes some autoimmune hellhole to derail your day. All right, 7:16 at the MJ Morning Show. Can I please make a plea? I want Oreos to stop.
Is it the one that I'm thinking?
Oh my God! Now they announced 2 new Oreo flavors. Just stop.
Did you try one the other day in the office?
No, I did.
Did they come up to you? Did they ask you if you wanted one?
What?
So we have a person who runs our web department, Jen, right?
What, Oreo showed up with cookies? Or we just have someone that showed up with a flavor and was running around the office handing out free Oreos?
I'm not sure. But after the morning show,
because we're a radio station, and over the years, companies will bring new products by.
And I turned the corner, and she's there, and she goes, hey.
I mean, listen, some company dropped off 98 cases of, ass tablets to give out at the home show.
We gave them out, too.
What were those things?
It was antacid
I'm sorry.
tablets.
All right, I'm sorry. All right,
I mean, ass was in there, but it wasn't ass tablets. It was antacid tablets.
I'm sorry. See, we had a truck. We had a common carrier come by and literally dropped off
hundreds of cases.
It was like hundreds of cases
of Tums, of little fruit-flavored Tums in a travel pack
for us to give away at our radio station appearances. Yeah, that's what people want. Listen, I've got no problem with Tums, but you know what?
Fine company.
When I go to a radio station event and I hear that my favorite radio station is going to be in front of some business, let me stop by and see what free prizes they're giving out.
Oh, you didn't hear my commercials for Galaxy Fireworks? I did a couple of, come by Galaxy Fireworks, get some free Tums on the prize. Take a spin of the prize wheel for your chance to win free Tums.
Oh, man. No, the latest on Oreo, they just did 2 more flavors. What? How many freaking flavors of Oreo? You go down the Oreo aisle now, and you get vertigo. Your head's spinning like that. I just want the regular freaking Oreos. That's all I want.
So Jen, I think it was maybe Friday of last week, was walking around with the Post Malone Oreo.
What? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We talked about that a month ago.
And it had a vanilla wafer and a chocolate wafer with some cream filling it, and it was a pretty good cookie. I tried one, yeah.
Now there's something called the double Oreo chocolate cakester. So now they're making the Oreos like cake?
No. No. They've been doing this for a while. It's almost like a moon pie. The Oreo cakester is like Oreo's moon pie version, where the cookie wafers are more spongy.
And then starting on March 3rd, they've announced the golden birthday cake flavor.
That sounds good as hell.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm not lying.
As far as I'll go is double stuff.
Okay, but that's the original.
I want regular Oreos and double stuff, and that's it. Everything else ought to be torched with a flamethrower.
The Oreo cakesters are like 3 times the size.
Flamethrower. All right, 7:19 at the MJ Morning Show. Next, we start over an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. Over 1 hour, 20 minutes. What is coming up? The worst boyfriend in the world. This is a horrific ex-boyfriend story. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is going to prompt us to grab some phone calls. I want to know if any of our listeners can top the worst boyfriend ever. All right, we're going to jump on this right away when we get back. Also, a warning. I've got personal content that if you're easily offended, stay away. If you're offended, don't look. I'm warning you right now. Don't say, oh, I can't believe this. I'm warning you. All right, so what is the offensive content that I'm warning everybody about? I'll explain all that and the most horrific boyfriend on the planet next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Almost 7:27 at the MJ Morning Show. Here we go. 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ right now. You know, I heard Schreiner say that 275 southbound Howard Franklin traffic might be a 20-minute delay. If it's backed up to I-4, how the hell could that be just 20 minutes? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
If the blockage is moved.
No, one lane is getting by now. It was like 0 lanes, and now one lane's getting by. It's just a mess. All right, this could be the worst boyfriend ever. I saw this story. Fester saw this story, and I think we both have the same idea here. Is there a worse ex-boyfriend than this?
I almost feel bad asking because as terrible as this is, there's like a oh wow factor to this. I don't want to say there's a humor factor to it because it's not funny, but there's
this is a horrific story. Listen, it could have been worse.
But there's a couple of elements that make me go, oh man.
Can you have a worse boyfriend? Yes, you could have worse than this, but this is pretty bad. So for the sake of our discussion, we're going to go with, can you top this? And I want to tell the story, and then I want to grab some phone calls to see if anyone listening has had a worse ex-boyfriend than this, or ex-husband, or ex-wife, or ex-girlfriend. Listen, it's equal opportunity. She, her, him.
However they identify. Whatever the relationship
whatever
was.
the deal is.
Yeah.
All right, this is crazy stuff. Guy drives over 700 miles to set fire to the home of some guy that was talking online to his ex-girlfriend. Dude, let it go.
Wow.
All right? Guy finds out that his ex-girlfriend, the relationship is over. He finds out that his ex-girlfriend is in communication and talking online to some guy, tracks the guy down, goes to his house over 700 miles away and lights the freaking house on fire. People in the house have to jump out of the windows to get out of the burning house.
That's crazy.
Listen to this. 6 people evacuated from a home. 2 dogs did not make it.
Oh, no.
A Michigan man has been arrested, charged with 6 counts of attempted murder after driving 700 miles and allegedly setting fire to this home in Pennsylvania. Set fire to the home of a guy who had been communicating with his ex-girlfriend. About 5 o'clock in the morning on February 10th, this is in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Guy drives from Michigan. Police and firefighters responded to the home, report of a house fire. Upon arrival, emergency services located 6 adult residents who had evacuated from the home, some of whom had to jump out of the second-story windows to escape the flames. Fire engulfed the 2-story single-family dwelling, which resulted in a total loss. The house is gone, and 2 dogs didn't make it. I mean, give the guy the death penalty for the dogs,
Right?
as far as I'm concerned. Wow.
All right, so 700 miles from Tampa, driving
Yeah.
is Nashville, Tennessee.
700 miles?
705 miles according to the Google Maps.
Right.
But
So I break up with Michelle.
right,
I find out Michelle's getting all hot and heavy with some dude in Nashville online.
just talking online.
Yeah. I get in the car and I light up his place.
I mean, it's a full day of driving.
Jeez.
And then you got to drive back.
What the hell? So most of the residents had to go to the hospital with injuries.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people jumping out of the second-story window.
That's awful.
The fire was apparently intentionally set in an incendiary nature. You know what that means? That sounds to me like he chucked a Molotov cocktail or something through a window on the first floor because you got people trapped upstairs.
Yeah.
And they had to jump out of the... So it sounds like he must have thrown some kind of flaming device through a window. Nearby home surveillance captured a black sedan as it passed the home on this particular street. According to cops, the subject exits the vehicle with an object, walks toward the residence. After approximately 15 minutes, the subject appears to run back to his vehicle and then departs the area. The only lead in the case, this is crazy, the only lead in the case at the time was a grainy image of a black sedan from a neighbor's surveillance system. During the investigation, detectives utilized township intersection cameras to identify and track the vehicle entering and exiting the township in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That's how they found the guy. So the timestamp, the neighbor captured this car, then they looked for a similar car and they were able to track it down. And while in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, the car passed through an intersection with automated license plate readers. Those are the ALPRs, and those are around town here. If you ever notice that there's like a white trailer that has like a pole up in the air with like cameras on top?
Yeah, I've seen those before.
And a lot of times it has like a blue or red flashing light.
Yeah.
Those are license plate readers. And they'll capture, they have very sensitive cameras. And, you know, I know I see some on Dale Mabry. And I think I saw one in the West Shore Plaza parking lot at one point. Anyway, those are license plate readers. So they were able to get the license plate, and they found the 2021 black Volkswagen Passat. By the way, it's the #1 car for arsonists.
You know what?
The Passat.
There's more room than you think
I don't,
in that trunk. Doesn't look big from the outside.
I'm
but
kidding. I have no idea who drives a Passat. But, man, this is just insane. So my question for you, the MJ Morning Show listener, can you top that? You've got an ex-boyfriend that hunts down the guy that you're talking to online, you're communicating with. He drives 700 miles and torches their house. House burns to the ground, kills 2 dogs.
The quirky aspect of this is the distance. I mean, yeah, the arson is awful. The dogs are terrible. The people who are injured.
That's a jilted ex, man. So my question for you, and this could be male or female, it could be ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-husband. Can you top that? Or maybe I shouldn't say can you top it. Can you tell us a story where
It's that interesting or compelling.
Well, I think it's more like, have you ever had an ex that has done just something horrific after the fact like this?
I don't want to hear like, oh, my ex keyed my car. Okay, that's really pedestrian stuff compared to driving 3 tanks of gas.
All right, if you've got a psycho ex story, I would love to hear it. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I think the question is essentially, have you had a really bad ex? Like, what's the worst thing? Or, you know what? I'll put a twist on this. Have you done something really, really bad in an act of revenge to an ex-wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancé? Have you done something nuts? And if you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. If you don't want to self-incriminate, that's fine. Or if you have a friend or relative, if you've got a similar story or just something just whacked, 800-990-1047 is how you get in. Let's see if we can scare up a couple of stories here. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Listen, I'm not saying you got to top that. Just give me something crazy involving ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, something they did to you, or maybe something you did to them. Maybe, hey, listen, maybe you're the psycho basket nut job. You could be the nutcase. Let's open up the nutcase lines. Same number, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. All right, Adam is in Riverview. Adam, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. Can you add to this segment here or what?
Yeah, actually, I had an ex-girlfriend that I was working on her car, and I wouldn't tell her what I was doing to, explain it, and she smashed me in the face with a coffee cup.
What?
And, oh, yeah.
Whoa. Hold on a minute. You were, say this again. This was an ex?
Yep, it's an ex.
Why were you working on the ex's car?
Because we were together at that point, and...
She, wait a minute. She wasn't an ex when she smashed you. Not at the time.
Yeah, you didn't set it up right. I thought she was an ex and you guys were separated, but I'll still do your alignment.
Yeah, I thought that you were being benevolent and helping her with a car. Wait a minute. So what? Can you tell us what you were doing to her car?
I was replacing her catalytic converter.
You sure you weren't stealing it to sell it for the platinum?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Okay, I just checked. All right, so Adam, you were fixing your catalytic converter, and why did you just tell her that?
I did, but she wanted me to walk her through the steps on how to do it. And I was like, I don't have time for this. I just got to get it done.
And she smashes you in the face with a coffee cup?
Yeah, and it shattered and cut my eye and everything.
My God.
I mean, I'll tell you, Adam, you're a terrible mechanic because my guy explains everything. If I ask him what's going on, he'll say, "Oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm your catalytic converter over here."
Do you have any permanent scars?
Yeah, I got one on the side of my, right below my eyebrow.
Did you call the cops? Was she arrested?
Actually, her dad was the police chief of the town. So.
Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah, so she got off scot-free.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks, man. All right, the guy we call Boomhauer in Spring Hill. Boomhauer, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Yeah, it's been a while since I talked to you. I've got a real good one here.
All right, go ahead. I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, I had a girlfriend. Her name was Andretta. Anyways, she started messing around and ran off with a coke dealer. Big old fat ugly guy.
Wait, she starts messing around with a coke dealer?
Yeah, took off with a coke dealer, went and lived with him. And then my roommates, they seen how it really affected me.
Yeah.
And they went over one night and shot up his house with paint guns. Paint guns.
Right.
And it looked like a damn. I went by and looked, and they had pink and purple and all that. Well, anyways.
Looked like a Jackson Pollock.
I don't know nothing about this. They did it behind my back.
Right.
And then next thing I know.
Oh, they're accusing you, right?
She calls up all psycho. She says, that's attempted murder. I'm calling the police.
Yeah, I don't know if shooting up the house with a paintball gun is attempted murder.
I don't know.
I think it's more like vandalism.
She's a real psycho, anyways.
All right, Boomhauer, thank you, buddy. It's great to hear from you. Call us anytime. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Psycho X stories.
I don't know if Boomhauer's girlfriend should have called the police if she's living with a coke dealer.
Hey, Angela in St. Pete. Angela, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, so you heard about the guy that drove over 700 miles. He drove from Michigan to Pennsylvania and lights a house on fire because a guy was inside, apparently, that was talking to his ex-girlfriend online. Angela, do you have a Psycho X story?
Yeah, I do, actually. One of my exes did not like our breakup. Came into my house. I still to this day don't know how. hid in my closet for days. He had a pillow in there. He had a Game Boy in there. I found bottles of urine. He stole all my underwear out of my underwear drawer. He peed on my bed and covered it back up and remade it.
Oh, my God.
Like, he was a freaking psycho.
My God, how long were you dating this guy before you broke up?
Maybe a year or so.
All right, so you break up. What was the reason for the breakup first? Let me ask that.
Well, he just was being weird.
All right, so it's being wild. You break up with the guy, and then he breaks into your house. How do you not know he's living in, where was the closet in your bedroom?
In my bedroom.
All right, so how do you not know that he's living in the closet in your bedroom?
Because I had A-frame ceilings, and the closet was only up to, like, maybe my chest area. So it was short, but it went deep the whole length of the room. So I didn't use the back of the closet because I couldn't get back there.
Oh, and he camped out in like a tent.
Yeah, trying to like spy on me and my friends and see what I was doing.
So how'd you finally discover he was living in the back of your closet?
Because I was looking for a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
One day. I mean, he wasn't in there when I found it, obviously, but I'm like, oh my God. And I had called the police to let them know because we had gone to court because I had to have him arrested.
Did you have like a restraining order against the guy?
I did eventually, yeah.
Wow.
But
Holy.
he would stalk me and be like, oh, how's your vodka? Like as I'm getting home from the liquor store or something.
wow.
Everything I did, he...
All right, so Angela, how'd you finally shake this guy?
Eventually he just stopped.
Thank
With
God.
a restraining order.
How long ago was this, Angela?
For a while.
How long ago?
Oh, geez. This was probably 20 years ago now.
And do you have any idea where he is now?
Yesterday. Oh, yeah. He's still in the same town, still doing whatever. I think he got married and had kids with someone.
Oh, wow. I don't think he needs to procreate.
No. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Angela,
No,
that is a crazy. And he peed on your bed?
Yeah, he literally...
Did you climb in and it was wet or it was just smelled?
Yeah. No, it was wet.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's awful.
So,
that's a pretty bad ex-boyfriend, man. All right, Angela, thank you. Thanks for sharing.
all right, have a good day.
Man,
Thank you, Angela.
Man, that's a nightmare, man.
Wow.
Guys living in your closet. I mean, you've heard the stories about like people that live up in the attic.
Yeah, for months.
We've had those stories. Jennifer and Wesley Chapel. Hey, Jennifer, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Huge fan, MJ.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. Huge fan
I
of
am
you
a
listening.
frickin' huge fan. I've been listening forever. First time caller, big time boyfriend, ex-boyfriend nightmare story. Are you ready?
Yeah, what happened?
Okay. So I was a sophomore in high school. He was a senior. This goes back in 1992. I'm 51.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, one morning, we saw our dog limping, and we had no idea why. She was a little Maltese named Tiffany. She was awesome.
Mhm.
And she was limping, and we're like, what's going on? We didn't see any blood. And turns out that my ex-boyfriend shot BB guns at our house.
Oh, man.
And there were tiny little pellets in our living room, and we're like, what the hell's, we didn't even know, we didn't know.
But you saw little holes in the glass window, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And it found out that it pelted Tiffany.
Tiffany got it in the leg.
Diapers. I know. Yeah. And it stayed there, and we had no idea.
Hold on. Was a BB or a pellet lodged in little Tiffany's leg?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
She ended up with diapers for the rest of her life.
Hold on. She got shot in the leg and ended up with doggy diapers?
Yes.
How are they connected?
Pardon?
I mean, if I hurt my foot, I'm not going to wear diapers till the end of time.
Oh, it hit a nerve. It hit the nerve.
So like incontinence was caused by nerve damage.
Correct.
All right, so what happened? Did you guys call the cops? Did you have them arrested? That's animal abuse.
Actually, I agree, but back in 1991, 92, I just didn't want to deal with the dude because he had hit me, and I didn't want to. It was just too much. We didn't realize it till like probably, first quite a few years afterwards. We're
Holy
like, wait a
crap.
minute.
All right.
Is this from that dude Rob?
Jennifer, do you have any idea where this guy is today?
I have no clue.
We got to send someone after him, break his leg,
Shoot him.
cause him to poop his pants.
Shoot him in the ankle.
Yeah.
Loosen up his sphincter
Yeah.
muscle. Yeah.
I think you should.
Yeah. Shoot him right in the sphincter. All right.
I know, right?
Jennifer, thank you for
horrible.
listening all these years, and thanks for the
you.
kind words.
This is so much fun. Thank you,
And
guys.
Tiffany, I'm so sorry about Tiffany.
Tiffany's the dog. She's
Thank
Jennifer.
you.
No.
You said Tiffany.
No, I said I'm
Oh.
sorry about Tiffany.
Oh, I thought you were talking to her.
No, Jennifer, I'm so sorry. Tiffany, man, that makes me weep.
Yeah.
You know what else?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jennifer, thank you very much for checking in. How about Kathy? Oh, Kathy's still getting screened. Let me go with Kevin. Oh, Kevin is in Sarasota. Kevin, MJ Morning Show, what's your story?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've heard some loud truck engine first. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just their village's truck driver, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, go ahead.
Hey, my brother had a psycho ex one time, and he wouldn't talk to her, so she calls me up and gets a hold of me, tells me she'll have her sister sleep with me if I get him to meet her somewhere. So I tell my brother about it. He goes, well, let's teach her a lesson. At the time, he's a sporting goods store manager.
Uh-huh.
So he tells her that he's filling in for a manager on the other side of town, and this is in Columbus, Ohio. So that'd be like the difference between like Lutz and almost to Sarasota.
All right.
So he says he's going to meet her. So I drive her over there to meet him. You know, I'm in on the whole thing, her and her sister and everything. And so we're going to meet him in the food court. So we're sitting there in the food court, and I tell her I got to go to the restroom, and we got up and we left him on the other side of town to teach him a lesson.
All right.
Thanks.
You know, Kev, not every story needs to be called in.
Not everyone. Andrew, I would have screened that one out. Hey,
Yeah.
Kevin, no offense.
We love you and all.
No,
But
no
your story
offense.
kind of sucks.
No. Kind of feel out the story, see if it's
I
worthy.
mean, yeah, I mean,
and I go from Tiffany getting shot to leaving the guy in the food court at the mall.
A dog
you
that has
know?
to wear a diaper till the end of time.
I got doggy diapers, and I got to go to the food court now.
Two girls getting
All right.
hot dropped in front of Sbarro's.
All right.
I mean, come on,
Yeah,
man.
you kind of lightly screen these things and see if they're worthy. All right, JoJo in Plant City. Hi, JoJo.
Hey, how you doing?
Just a few more calls, and I got to move on. JoJo, go ahead.
Well, I'm 76 years old, but I remember back in my 20s.
Yeah.
Up in Niagara Falls, New York.
Yeah.
I was having problems with an ex-boyfriend who got physical with me. So my cousin had a friend of his, an ex-con from Joliet Prison, and he told this guy to come be my bodyguard.
Joliet Jake?
Okay, that's cool.
No, you mean hold on, Joliet, like in Joliet, Illinois?
Yes.
That's where Joliet Jake. That's where Jake Blues, the Blues Brothers.
Although this was Joliet Larry.
What?
Joliet Larry.
Oh, Joliet Larry. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so what happened, JoJo?
Well, Joliet Larry became attracted to me too much.
Right.
And he started stalking me. And I came home one time from work, and I go up to my bedroom, and I could smell beer. I thought, why am I smelling beer? And I searched around, and Larry was in my closet.
Another closet.
Passed out. Another closet, yeah. And he was passed out. And I called his sister because I didn't want to call the police because I knew he was out on parole.
Oh, call the police.
He is Joliet Larry.
Yeah,
I mean,
Joliet Larry.
Well, his sister and her husband came and got him out of my closet. So a week later, the babysitter calls me up and says, Larry's hiding in the tree out front.
Man, what the
in the tree. He's making a little fort
Should
for
I
himself.
call the police? And again, I just said, call the sister.
Look, JoJo, at some point, you should have gotten this guy violated, man.
Well, it was a sad situation.
It sounds like it.
What was Joliet Larry in for?
It wasn't anything too violent, but he tried to escape, and they shot him. And and they had to bring him back to prison for more time.
Yeah.
All right, JoJo, thanks. All right. Hey, Andrew, just 2 more quickies here.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think JoJo wins.
Yeah, maybe.
Joey.
Kathy in St. Pete. Kathy, MJ Morning Show. Quickly, go ahead.
Hey, MJ. I was coming home from work. I was a bartender. I go to turn the lights on in my place, and no lights. And I'm like, something must have blew or whatever. Didn't really think too much of it. Walked into my place, and I was grabbed from behind. And I basically just went into survivor mode. And I'm trying to get away, and he's got his hand over my mouth, and I reach behind me, and I feel a beard. And I'm like, hysterical at this point. And finally he goes, Kathy, it was my boyfriend who had come home from Miami early because he thought I was cheating on him.
So he attacked you?
Well, he didn't attack me. He just grabbed me from behind.
Yeah, after he unscrewed the light bulbs. Did he unscrew the light bulbs, or did he turn off the breakers?
He turned off the light bulbs.
Yeah.
The outside light.
So what happened? Did you ditch this guy? You call the cops? What'd you do?
No, I didn't call the cops or anything. I was just hysterical, and I just couldn't believe it.
All right, so what happened? Did you break up with this guy?
I was staying with him for 40 years.
Hold on, what? You stayed with him for 40 years?
Yeah.
And why is he not around now?
What did you say?
Why is he not with you now?
He died.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it.
You know how to pick him, Kathy.
Right, thank you, Kathy.
40 years of bliss after an attack.
If you're just tuning in, we had a story a little while ago about, we were looking for like the worst boyfriend ever because or worst ex-boyfriend. Dude drives from Michigan
to Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
Yeah, guy drives 700 miles because he finds out that his ex-girlfriend is talking to some new guy online, and drives 700 miles and lights this guy's house on fire. And 6 people are injured. They have to jump out of the second story of the house. The house is destroyed. So that's why we're taking the phone calls here. All right, final call on this. Mark in Largo. Mark, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi. Not me, but the neighbor and a friend, long time, many, many years, had a domestic violence. We were ramming his wife's car with his car, but then later on he put poison ivy in her panties, and she got all the rash and everything going on. And anyhow, I don't remember the details on how I figured it out.
Well, didn't she see like the poison ivy in the panties before she put them on?
Well, I had a conversation with him about that. He rubbed the juice in there from the poison ivy plants, and
you rub them in there. That's some real.
Nothing like having some poison ivy juice in your panties. Mark, thank you, buddy. That's a crazy story.
He got domestic violence for the second time. Got 2 years in prison for that.
2 years in. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
That's some real Boy Scout stuff.
Those are some crazy stories, but I don't think anything topped the dude driving 700 miles and burning down the house of this new guy that his ex-girlfriend's talking to online.
No.
All right, folks, I've got a content warning. Then I've got to get into the teased item. And I think you're asking me this question, Fester, because you sent me something about adults wondering if they have this.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So are you suggesting me?
I'm open to the idea.
Oh, all right. Hang. Fester thinks I'm undiagnosed. All right. Hold on. We'll get to this in just a second.
On several fronts.
All right. First of all, content warning. I'm warning you right now. This is a warning. Ladies and gentlemen, warning. Warning. This is a content warning. If you are easily offended, if you're offended easily, do not look at this. I'm warning you up front. Don't say, oh, I'm offended. I'm warning you. If you're easily offended, don't do this. On my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, I shot a video yesterday. So Michelle and Chloe, they caught a 6 o'clock flight out of Tampa International yesterday. She's going to visit a law school that's having a big, visitors day today. and Chloe's on the wait list for this particular school and just wants to go up and show continuing interest.
So this is like a Chloe kiss-ass trip.
It might be a Chloe kiss-ass trip.
She's trying to meet the provost of the law school, and she's like, I'm on the wait list.
Little Chloe kiss. And listen, she's got a couple of acceptances. She's got some scholarship offerings. You know, she's on a number of wait lists. She's just trying to, and she's still waiting on like 15 schools to determine whether she's going to be rejected, whether she's going to be accepted or waitlisted. So she's going through the process, and she's showing continued interest because Michelle and Chloe flew out yesterday, and Michelle's like, hey, I'm going to call in a couple of sandwiches to Wright's.
Oh, Wright's Gourmet Deli on Dale Mabry?
So she calls it, she likes the chocolate cake. You know, another great place is, Barrow's.
Sure.
You know,
Barrow's sandwich shop?
Great sandwich shop is Barrow's. But Michelle just had a little sweet tooth hankering for the chocolate cake from Wright's. So she wanted the chocolate cake, I think, more than the sandwich. So I go pick up the sandwiches. So they're going to bring the sandwiches on the plane. So they'll have a snack at the airport or at the whatever the story is. So I go to pick up the sandwiches after she calls them in at Wright's. And, oh, by the way, I got to say hi to Alberto.
Oh.
Alberto, he recognized me. He's already pulling the order. And I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, MJ, how you doing? I'm like, how'd you know? He's like, well, I saw your wife's name come across.
Okay,
so
well, there you go.
Michelle called in the order, and it was a phenomenal service. And listen, Wright's is a South Tampa institution for many, many years. So I go to Wright's to pick it up. Alberto recognizes me. But while I'm in line, I'm behind like 3 other people just waiting. And I look off to the right, and they've got the display case, and they have the different salads in there, like macaroni salad and potato salad. And then on top, they have the different sized canisters of the container that you can get your macaroni or potato salad in. And they have a half cup, they have a cup, they have the pint, they've got the full quart. And they've written the sizes with a black magic marker on the side of the cups to show you, the volume, the quantity you'd get in each one. And unfortunately, there were 2 cups sitting next to each other. And, well, the writing, the angle that I was of
the 2 sizes
of cup and the pint and the all right, I'm telling you, folks, if you are easily offended, I'm warning, do not go to my Instagram. Do not look at, what are you laughing at?
I mean, I'm just thinking about this. I saw this video. I saw this video popped up, and I won't lie. I was at a red light, right? And, I'm having a little time. I'm not moving. I have my phone on my lap, and on Instagram's open, and I see, and I'm like, content warning, what the hell is he doing? And I'm looking at the quart the whole time. I'm like, the quart? What's with the quart? Is it the macaroni salad in there?
Yeah.
What is? And then it just jumps out at me.
Well, guess what? I'm in line, and I look over, and the word just bashed me in the face. I mean, like burned into my retina. All right? So I post this thing.
How is this not a size?
But listen, I put a huge graphic over the video, content warning. I'm warning you. If you're easily offended, do not look at the video. It's the first item right now on Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. So if you don't follow me, give me a follow, or maybe if you're offended, unfollow me. So Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Again, if you're easily offended, do not, whatever you do not look at this. Don't complain after the fact. I've given you ample warning. For instance, my buddy Mark, he texts me, now that's effing hilarious.
I mean, seriously, how is this not a unit of measurement? How have we not adopted this?
I'm telling you right now, most of the comments are from women that have given me, the smiley face with the laugh and the tears. You're laughing so hard you're crying face. The emoji?
Yeah.
I'm getting those from like mostly women actually. So, all right. Don't take a look at. Do not go if you're offended easily. Do not go to Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Do not forward this. Do not send this to other people. Because they could be offended.
This is a fireable offense if you send it over work work emails.
7:59 at the MJ Morning Show. Do you really think I'm undiagnosed?
I think you're somewhere.
Come on.
I think you're somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it's really broad.
Fester sends me a link to a story 2 days ago. So just didn't get to this on yesterday's show. But Fester sends me, so what is today? Today is Wednesday.
Yes.
So Monday night, Fester sends me the story, sends me the link, and says, this could be you.
Well, it started with a very real problem for a lot of adults.
All right.
And as I'm reading it, I'm like, I know somebody, and it's MJ.
We stop it. All right, here's the story of a man named Brady. All right. So here's the story. More adults are wondering if they have autism. Here are tips to seek a diagnosis. So wait a minute. You think I'm undiagnosed?
I'll tell you right now. I grew up a couple of years. I'm a couple years younger than you are, but in that same growing up I was born in the 70s. You know, you grew up in the 70s. I never heard the word autism through the 70s into the 80s. I don't think I heard it until like 2000.
It popped up in 2005.
Seriously, I mean, into the night, I think I went through all of high school and most of junior college without even knowing the word autism or what it meant. And then when I finally heard it, I thought it was a very limited amount of people who were very severely affected. And then you hear about the spectrum.
Listen, I think I'm undiagnosed ADD. I think I have attention deficit disorder. I think that I would have clearly been diagnosed as a kid with that. I mean, I'm still not formally. I'm not diagnosed with anything.
Because
okay?
you don't go to the doctor. I mean, see a therapist.
Dude, I go to the doctor every year I just had a physical.
The guy that checks your prostate is not the guy that diagnoses you for ADD. It's two different doctors. I mean, I think there's some spectrum that you fall on. I'm trying to be polite about it.
You're trying. I'm on some spectrum.
Yeah.
I've got Spectrum cable.
That's one.
You know, they ought to do a campaign. You're on the spectrum. Spectrum cable.
Oh my God. They would get so canceled. They would get picketed outside. Don't do that, Spectrum.
So the headline is, more adults are wondering if they have autism. Here are tips to seek diagnosis. This is an Associated Press story. Natasha Nelson, a 35-year-old entrepreneur in Stone Mountain, Georgia, didn't have an innate sense of social norms. She didn't know why people meeting for the first time would choose to engage in small talk instead of deep conversations, or why people like to make their beds. Oh, I don't like to make. I
mean, MJ,
I never made my bed when I was a bachelor.
The problem is if you weren't diagnosed.
Is that a thing? Is that if you don't make your bed, you're autistic or you're on the spectrum?
Listen, there's so many nuances to it where you can fall somewhere on this very broad spectrum. And the thing is, if you weren't diagnosed with it as a child or as a young adult, it's really difficult to get this a diagnosis as an adult.
Also, people that have no problem really getting along. And listen, some of the most successful people and some of the most intelligent people out there have been diagnosed with like a touch of Asperger's, for instance.
And you are a touch of an ass all the time.
And I like burgers. I've got Asperger's. I'm an ass and I love a good burger.
I'll take them both.
I've got Asperger's. Asperger's.
Great name.
There's a P in there, right? Asperger's?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been calling it Asperger's my whole time.
I don't know. What time? It's 8:03. Michelle is East Coast time. She should be awake. I got to get my wife on the phone. That Fester's diagnosing me on the spectrum.
I'm just opening up the possibility of it. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying it either, though.
They should be awake because I believe they have a...
Hello.
Hey, Michelle, good morning.
Yes.
Hey, are you guys still sleeping?
Yeah.
I thought you guys have an event you got to be to at this law school.
Okay. Yes. Not just yet, though.
All right. Hey, Fester's diagnosing me, and I need you to weigh in on it. So, Michelle, you'd be all over this, I would imagine, either pro or con, if you were in the studio. So... Fester, go ahead and tell Michelle what you've diagnosed me with.
Okay, I haven't diagnosed him with anything, Michelle, but I came across an article that I found very interesting that I think affects a lot of people about adults who are trying to get a diagnosis for being somewhere on the autistic spectrum.
Or somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, Fester is claiming that he thinks I'm on the spectrum somewhere.
Well, what are some of the symptoms?
Hold on. Talk a little clearer.
What are some of the symptoms?
I think MJ is remarkably socially awkward.
Yes.
Yes. I mean,
wait a minute, Michelle. You think I'm socially awkward?
Oh my God, yes,
Yes.
MJ. I could put you in a closet and you can talk into a silver microphone to 10 million people.
Right.
But if I put you in a room with 10 people, you're suddenly a wallflower.
That is not true
That
at
is
all.
true.
I engage in conversation. That is not true.
Yes,
Michelle,
exactly.
Michelle, am I a wallflower?
You will engage in conversation, but it will be awkward conversation.
Yes.
And you will say things,
So,
and you will say things that are inappropriate, and then you're like,
Hold on, whoa. Did you say I'll say things that are inappropriate?
yeah.
Like what? What have I said? Give me an example of something that I'm in a conversation and you observe me saying something inappropriate.
Well, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, except that, like, when we were first dating, I had these hoop earrings, and you literally turned around. I was with you at some gig, and you literally turned around and you said to me, "One more of these, and we'd have a 3-ring circus."
It's a terrible
And I
joke.
was
That's
like,
a joke.
It's a terrible
What
joke.
is that?
I don't remember that. That's dumb. I would have dumped me right away.
But listen, there's an overall, there's a compulsiveness about you.
Yes.
There's an intensity about you.
Oh, I
And
did.
then
How
at
about
the,
this? How about this? When you say compulsive, do you mean impulsive or compulsive?
in both at
So
times.
I've got impulsive and compulsive behavior?
And yet
like
we're
obsessive what?
We were walking through the Dillards in St. Pete at one of the malls over there, and we walked towards escalator, and you literally said, "I wonder what would happen if I pushed this red button." And it was, the alarm button on the escalator, and I'm thinking, I think I know what's going to happen. A big loud sound is going to go off. Like, I intuitively know what's going to happen. And you're saying out loud, "I wonder what's going to happen if I push this red button." And you push it as we get on the escalator. And of course, an alarm goes, bah!
What?
How do you not know that that's what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And what makes you want to do it?
What
I don't
adult does
understand.
that? I mean, at the same time with his, compulsive or impulsive behavior, he's remarkably aloof at times or dismissive about things that are somewhat important at times.
Like, what have I ever been aloof or dismissive about that's important?
Oh,
Stuff
a couple
with
of
the kids
things.
Sometimes.
A couple of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like what?
I don't know that I want to get into all that and out you for
Yeah.
everything.
Like write it down. Right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm not
Well,
going to
I
engage
can't
you
write it
further.
down.
By virtue of you even being this defensive, you're proving a point. Defensiveness is another one of your. I just think you're somewhere on this quirky person. I mean, maybe it's more of a personality disorder than it is autism. I'm not trying to offend
So
anybody.
you want me to go seek a diagnosis?
I think there are things.
What is the test? How does someone determine whether I'm on some spectrum?
I don't know. I just think you are.
You have to go for a neuropsychological evaluation.
Thank you.
I have to go for, what do you say, a neuropsychological evaluation?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Would you support this, Michelle, to see if to do a test and then have the results revealed live on the air?
Oh, yeah.
See.
Oh, hold on. You'd like to turn that into a radio bit?
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
See, that's another thing. See, the thing is that you'd be all over it to do it for somebody else for a radio bit. But now for yourself, you're kind of like,
I'll exploit a good bit. Absolutely.
Yeah. All
but
right.
maybe not for yourself.
Right.
All right, Fester, find out where I can be tested.
I have ADHD
Oh, I know
too.
where you can be tested.
I forgot about it already.
Well, where can I be tested?
I'll find you a physician in New York City. I got one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I need a doctor who doesn't know him.
I don't think there's any doubt that I've got ADD. I'll admit that I absolutely have ADD.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You also, you do this thing where, when we're talking and, other people are talking to you, and you'll just be staring off like you're in your own zone. And even the kids are like, "Where is he? What's happening?" And you're like,
I'm
listening. I'm listening, and I'm listening, but actually engaging and processing activity. You are already somewhere else.
I'm thinking about stuff, down the road.
Yeah,
but that's a problem.
Yeah, that's exactly the issue.
All right. All right.
I mean, for real.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Oh man, look at the phones. The phones are blowing up here. All right, hold on, Michelle. I'll keep you on the line here. Just hang on, because I think Someone might be diagnosing me right now. Hey, let me lock in Michelle. Lindsay in St. Louis. Lindsay, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. I am watching from St. Louis.
Yeah.
I'm watching on YouTube.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily you, it's Fester.
Oh, it's not.
When he rubs his...
What do I have?
When you rub your hands together,
Yes.
when you get excited about stuff,
Yes. I'm a
that's
hand
called
rubber.
Stemming.
It's what?
Called stemming.
Hold on. Andrew, do you have
sign
Fester's
of-
camera on? Are you catching him rubbing the... Well, now he is.
Yeah, I do it all the time,
right.
and I don't even know that I'm doing it.
All right, so hold on. Do it on camera right now.
So, like, sometimes if I say something really funny...
But you do this a lot.
Yeah, I'll rub my hands together.
Right. What does that mean? What does stemming mean?
Well, they're overly excited or something. They just need to release some pressure.
Yeah.
And he does that.
Remember years ago, MJ, I used to do head taps?
Oh, that's right. You used to...
Yeah, I stopped doing that.
Hold on. Why? That's right. You used to be a head tapper. Do the head tapping.
I've evolved.
Folks, watch this. Watch this.
When I get super excited, I would tap like this, tap my heads. The tap them, just tap like my.
Do it louder. It's like Fred Flintstone's feet.
Kind of where I've lost.
Just put the mic on your head. It's like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, but I used to tap my head, and I used to work through.
But so why do you stop head tapping?
I don't know, but I've evolved into a hand rubber.
Now he's a hand rubber.
I rub my hands.
Right. So, Lindsay, have you diagnosed me with anything?
I think everyone has their flaws and has something on the spectrum. They're somewhere, because I'm like that. But I'm kind of like you, like neurotic. So,
I'm neurotic.
Yes, you have a a little bit of something.
Thank you.
I have a little.
Lindsay, and that's all I'm saying as
You know
well.
what you are?
I'm touched.
You're touched in the head.
Yeah, that's right. I knew Michelle was going to say that. I'm touched. Where's that from?
Seinfeld.
So I'm touched in the head.
George, you're touched in the head.
All right. Hey, Lindsay, thanks for the call.
I mean, I'm essentially I'm saying the same thing Lindsay is. I mean, I'm not saying you're the worst case in the world. I'm just saying you're touched by something.
Hold on a minute. One more call on this, and I got to move on. Jake, let me lock Michelle back in. And Michelle, you're still on hold or on the line. Jason Wesley Chapel. Jason, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey there. Go ahead.
So I am diagnosed as combined type and diagnosed by a psychiatrist, combined type ADHD with autism spectrum disorder. And I minored in psychology in school, so I'm very well aware of the diagnosis process, so on and so forth. I'm not a doctor by any means, but I mean, they all kind of intermingle. It's how it affects your everyday life.
Your unqualified opinion. I mean, you did major in this in college. What would you diagnose MJ with having?
So in every individual is different, but in people with ADHD, and again, they all kind of intermingle. You see a tendency to switch from job to jobs a lot, not be on time for anything.
Which is something that I do not do. I'm rock solid as far as career goes.
Okay, hold up. Yes.
But that's because you have a very unique job.
Well, hold it. The job is switching from subject to subject.
Yes.
I mean, in a vacuum, you essentially switch every 10 minutes.
Oh, so if I had to do the same thing over and over and over again, like we do a different topic or different content, constantly moving from thing to thing.
You have found something that helps you navigate your condition.
I mean, you cut people off mid-thought to go to.
Most of your nurses have ADHD or vice versa because there's no planning involved. All the supplies you need are right there. You can lose whatever you want. You can have it all replenished right there. But every day's different. There's no schedule, no plan. And that's where you thrive.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Have a great day.
Also, you are late for everything, but you are neurotic about a watch being keeping the most accurate time. Oh my God! Yeah. But you are late for everything.
Wait a minute. Is that Chloe in the background? What?
Yes, it was Chloe.
That was Chloe. Oh my God!
Oh my God! Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you are so crazy about your watch. If it is like 1 second off, you're like insane about it. But we will try to be leaving for something on time, and the kids really like to be early for stuff. And you go, we don't have to leave just yet. It's only going to take us 12 minutes to get there. And we're like, well, but there's parking involved and you never know if there's going to be a line, and you're like, no, we'll be fine. And then we'll be 15 minutes late for something,
Right.
which makes them like crazy.
All right, hang on, Michelle. Time at the tone, exactly 8:15. Thank you.
I mean, he's the only guy that plays time tones. When he's home alone, Michelle, he calls the Naval Observatory. Bing!
All right, I got to go. All right, goodbye. Michelle, have fun at Chloe's law school thing today, okay?
All right, goodbye.
Michelle, he knows the number right now without unprompted. He knows the phone number to dial. I bet you he knows the number to dial to get the Naval Observatory to get the exact time.
He does.
You do. I bet you do. We haven't talked about it. I bet you do. If we hung up on Michelle, you picked up a line, I bet you could rattle off the 10 digits to the Naval Observatory.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, goodbye, Michelle.
Bye.
Bye. (202-762-1401).
See what I mean?
It's not picking up.
What's taking him so long?
I don't know.
Did you dial it right? Your fat finger one of the digits?
Yeah, I did it. Maybe it got disconnected with budget cuts.
They fired the guy at the observatory.
They fired the guy at the Naval Observatory. Master clock. Oh, that's weird. No, it's not picking up. Maybe it's part of the budget cuts. Yeah, that's strange. Hold on a minute.
Now he has to figure this out.
They did have a dud line for years, which maybe they never fixed it. Oh, now it's hanging up on me. All right, anyway.
All right. He knows the number, people. Trust me.
All right, moving along here on the MJ Morning Show. All right. I've made this observation countless times. When I do commercials for the Kemp Law Group, accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. When I do commercials for Kemp Law, the crux of the commercial is if you've been injured in an accident because of somebody else's negligence and you've been hurt, you got call Kemp Law. And what do I always say in the commercials? I say that there are so many people driving down the road totally distracted. They're watching movies on their phone. They're texting. They're playing games. They've got apps open. I mean, just watch. When you drive, just look at the people that are passing you or the people that you're passing and just notice the number of people that are fully freaking engaged on their phones. So in my feed, this just pops up. I'm just in my feed, and this just popped up on my phone yesterday. I'm like, oh man, look at it. So I pulled the audio on this. Listen to these guys. These guys are on the 5 freeway. I think they're out in California. I think they were on the 5, if I'm not mistaken, because I think they mentioned they're on the 5. And this is absolutely insane. You got to listen. As they're driving, and Andrew, where'd you put that? I'm looking for that. Where's the audio, Andrew? I don't see it on my button bar. Andrew, where's the guy? Where's the lady that's doing the Candy Crush? Andrew. All right. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. All right, I got it. It says playing. I couldn't find it. All right, you got to listen. This is insane.
All right, we're playing Candy Crush in the RAV4 this morning. We're playing Candy Crush. We are playing Candy Crush.
All right, so they are in the vehicle to the left of this car, and the woman is literally driving straight ahead, not paying attention at all to the road. She is completely engaged, playing, and I think she had the phone on like one of the phone holders, like on her air conditioning vent or something, or so she's got one of the, and they can see it because the phone is at an angle where they can see exactly what this woman is doing on her freaking phone.
All right, we're playing Candy Crush,
and they're doing play-by-play, and they're driving right next to her, and she is not looking at the road at all. But she's got Candy Crush. She's fully engaged.
RAV4 this morning. We're playing Candy Crush. We are playing Candy Crush in the RAV4. We are playing Candy Crush.
Okay, what are these guys
We are
doing?
crushing candies on I-5.
Oh, God, when she sees
Oh, my God. You need to stop.
And by the way, the passenger is the one doing most of the narrating. It's the passenger in the front passenger seat that's holding the phone and taking the video of the car next to them, and the woman hasn't looked up at the road at all, just completely buried in Candy Crush on the phone. So the driver's the one in the background. It's the loud person is the passenger that's also holding the phone and videoing.
You need to stop. You need to stop. Put it away. Craig's getting in on the action, too. Put it down. Look at her, dude. She's on level 10.
Oh, God.
She beat 2 levels. She beat 2 levels. Put it down. Put it down. Craig, hit her with the horn one more time. Hit her with the horn one more time. Yep. Yeah, put it down.
She looks over.
So they hunk on her, and she finally looks over, and she realizes she's busted, and now it's getting millions of views, and you can see the woman's face. I mean, clearly people know who this woman is out in California, and she's literally on the interstate in like the middle lane. They're to the left of her, and they're just right alongside of her, and she's just Candy Crushing it for miles. Oh my! See, that is an accident waiting to happen. That is a Kemp law case waiting to happen.
Right?
Put it down. Put down. And folks, you see it all the time. It's non-stop. Hey, you been following the whole ASAP Rocky trial?
Oh, yeah. I'm really big into the rap trial scene. Ask
Dude,
me anything about him.
it's Rihanna's guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when it comes
Rihanna is huge. I mean, Rihanna's guy could have gone to prison for like 20 years.
I didn't know who Kendrick Lamar was until like 10 days ago, and now you're asking me if I'm up to speed on the ASAP Rocky case?
Come on. A lot of people were watching this case, all right? So, hip-hop star ASAP Rocky.
You want me to name all the songs that I know that ASAP Rocky has?
Listen, I don't know a lot of his music, but
I can't name one thing.
I know ASAP Rocky, and I know that he's, Rihanna's guy. I know that.
Not that he's not a talented guy and has his audience. I'm just not it.
All right, I want you to hear this because I've got a question. He was found not guilty. So he was found not guilty of firing a gun at somebody in an argument. So
did they release him? Well, ASAP?
Well, he was
ASAP.
He was released ASAP. No, so he was found not guilty yesterday of felony assault charges, and it's because of something that happened back in 2021, and he was accused of shooting at a former friend and a former collaborator musically in Hollywood. So this is what happened. At the trial, the jury found him not guilty, but I've got a very serious question here. Listen to this.
We, the jury, the above entitled action, find the defendant, Rakeem Mayers, not guilty.
Right, exactly. Fester was just doing a pantomime motion.
Yeah.
Where the hell was the judge saying,
Order in the court. Order in the
Order!
court.
Order in the court!
I'm doing
Order!
the court.
Order in the... Where's the judge?
There will be order in this courtroom. Bailiff, clear the courtroom.
Exactly. Where the hell was the judge saying, order in the court? Order in the court?
We, the jury, the above entitled action, find the defendant, Rakeem Mayers, not guilty.
Oh, man. There is no judge. Right. And then, listen to this. Then if you watch the video, ASAP Rocky, whose real name is Rakeem Mayers, he then jumps from the defendant's table. You know, they've got the partition.
Yeah.
Behind the defendant's table, there's usually like a knee wall or there's a partition. He jumps over that thing to get to Rihanna, to give Rihanna a giant hug.
That's a little much for a court. Aren't you supposed to sit there or stand there? Just take it.
My God. Then he's like, "Thank you for saving my life. Thank you. You're making the right decision." He's addressing the jurors, And what happened was, it was August 15th of 2022. He was charged with 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm for allegedly firing a handgun in the direction of some guy by the name of Terrell Efron. So his professional name is ASAP Relly.
Hold on. Whoa.
We got ASAP Rocky and ASAP Relly. All right. So Mayers, he pleaded not guilty. He faced up to 24 years in prison. Now, they never found the gun. And then ASAP Rocky said, no, it's not a real gun. It was a prop gun that I just carry around for protection reasons. But it wasn't a real gun. But then the other dude claims that his hand was grazed by the bullet. So ASAP Rocky has been saying, oh, he's innocent. So he's not guilty. He didn't do it. So he didn't take the stand. So his lawyers did not put him on the stand. No gun was ever recovered. So we don't know if it was a real gun but the victim claims that he had a bullet graze wound on his hand. Now, ASAP Rocky was offered a deal. He was offered a deal of a 180-day jail term. So if you're facing 24 years and the prosecutor out in Los Angeles offers you 180 days.
What's that, 6 months?
6 months. He turned it down. He said, nope, because I'm not guilty.
Good for him.
He said he turned it down because he's not going to jail for 1 minute if he's not guilty. So that was a roll of the dice, man. That was a gamble.
What was the evidence that made the jury say not guilty?
I didn't watch the whole trial, and what I've read.
I thought you were a huge ASAP Rocky fan.
I'm not a huge ASAP Rocky.
I thought you were like,
Listen,
you know the concert tour schedule. You know all of his greatest hits.
Dude, I know a lot of adults, people that you wouldn't think were fans, that were following this trial. Anyway, I was just amazed that where's the judge saying order in the court, banging the gavel, where the damn head of the hammer flies off,
Order in the court!
You're slamming that thing so hard. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. Hey, this is our second salad story of the day. Remember, I'm sorry. This is our second esophagus story of the day.
Yeah, so not
right.
salad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was trying to think. What are you talking about salad?
I just gave it away. It's food related.
The first esophagus story was the granola bar recall with metal shards in it.
So early today in the 6 o'clock hour, I mentioned that I have 2 esophagus stories today. And the first one was there's a recall on this. What's the name of the granola?
Made Good
granola bar,
like
whatever.
That, yeah.
Anyway, there might be metal fragments. And they're recalling 2.5 million cases of granola bars.
I did look up esophagus plural.
Made good. Whatever.
Made?
Anyway,
look it up. Type in granola bar recall. It'll pop up.
There you go.
So esophagus plural. Is esophagi.
Esophagi. Yeah, we said that earlier. Yeah, we did say it. So this is our second esophagus story of the day, and I don't know, how does this happen? This is like an unsolved, unknown mystery here. This makes no sense to me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Come in. Let's talk about salad and damage to your esophagus.
Wow.
This is freaking bizarre. There's a pitcher for the Dodgers.
All right.
The Dodgers pitcher's name is Dustin May, and he almost died.
So the guy wins the World Series a couple of months ago, and now he's almost dead?
All right. So Dodgers pitcher Dustin May said he was pretty close to joining his team's 2024 World Series run until he had a freak accident.
Oh, he wasn't on the team.
No.
Okay.
He had a major accident. He tore his esophagus last July.
Yeah, that'll put you on the DL list.
With a piece of lettuce. A piece of lettuce got stuck in his throat and caused a serious tear in his esophagus. Does this dude have the weakest esophagus on planet Earth?
I mean,
oh my God.
This guy can throw a fastball like nobody's business.
Sounds like this roughage was pretty rough on his esophagus. Have you ever, a piece of lettuce from a salad rips the guy's esophagus? What is your esophagus made out of rice paper? What oh, the Japanese doors, with the little thin paper, coverings on the Japanese doors, the little sliding door.
So he's 27 years old. He's top of his athletic game.
Dude, how do you rip your esophagus and almost die from a piece of lettuce? Maybe it was recalled because it had metal shards in it. No, it didn't. I've never heard of this in my life. This is an unsolved, unknown mystery. Is he the first human being ever in the history of the planet to rip his esophagus with a piece of lettuce?
Does it say lettuce? I mean, could it have been like a garbanzo bean or
lettuce? A garbanzo bean is not ripping your esophagus.
Neither is a piece of lettuce. I don't know. I'm trying to think outside of the lettuce box.
I don't know how the hell that happens.
I feel bad.
After taking one bite of his salad, he felt lettuce stuck in his throat. Tried to wash it down with water. He recounted a mega painful sensation in his throat and stomach for 15 minutes. And then when it went away, he returned home thinking he was okay. He said, I'm not a big panicker. I kind of chilled out, so I was like, I'm fine. I don't need to do anything. And then his wife encouraged him to go to the ER. And then he underwent basically a full abdominal surgery to repair the tear in his esophagus. The doctor said he had lettuce lodged in his throat that led to a highly uncommon food impaction that perforated his esophageal tube. What?
That's awful.
Lettuce? All right, man.
I'm never touching a piece of lettuce again.
Crazy crap that'll, I guess, wreck your day. I had a nice salad last night.
Did it rip your innards out?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, good.
I had no esophagus tears. 8:32 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, a West Shore Plaza update. And listen, I hate saying when I'm right. But I'm right.
I'm about to say, you don't hate saying when you're right.
I hate saying when I'm right, but I'm right. So remember was it late spring? Remember all of the news media went gaga? All the TV stations fell for it. Channel 13, Fox 13, ABC, Channel 8, Channel 10, the St. Pete Times. Everyone, went for the story. West Shore Plaza redevelopment. They're rolling out the plans. They're ripping it down. It's going to be a massive town center. And I said, folks, they don't have the funding or the financing for this thing. It is a pipe dream. It is not happening anytime soon. But the way that West Shore Plaza had presented this to the news media and the way the news media locally fell for this, it was seemingly that they were going to start bulldozing West Shore Plaza like the following day and start this massive complex with 3,000 apartments, a whole mixed-use deal.
Okay.
Like a whole town center with residential. They were talking about building like a hospital there, like a whole rehab facility and stores and restaurants and like an even bigger midtown is what, the plan was. And what did I say? Fester, what did I say last, was it May, June? What did I say when the story broke?
Oh, this is just a pipe dream. They don't have the financing in place. Well, the financial backer left. They left them high and dry. This is just a dream. It's never going to happen. Has anybody seen West Shore Boulevard? It can't handle all the traffic.
All that is true.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what you said. He says,
everything you said was accurate.
Kennedy Boulevard in West Shore is not built for 3,000 more people.
I don't sound like that. All right. Now, bottom line is that no, the traffic patterns there. You look at West Shore Boulevard, south of Kennedy, at 4:30, 5:30 on any week, and it is out of control. The traffic is backed up, down to bay sometimes, and they can't handle the traffic. And a lot of it is all the people trying to make the left turn at Kennedy from West Shore, and it's insane. So yeah, that's what we need. We need 3,000 apartments. Anyway, I said it wasn't going to happen anytime soon. In fact, I had already said that the financing with a company called Lincoln, that was already in jeopardy.
Let me tell you right now, Lincoln Shot in the head.
So
it's dead. It's dead.
So
shot in the head,
well,
dead.
Well, they pulled out, so they lost the financing on the project. And then a couple of weeks ago, I had heard that West Shore Plaza was up for sale. That the current company, that they were going to totally walk away because the current company was trying to find a partner for the money to build this huge new project.
What president is that company named after?
And the current owners are a company called Washington Prime Group.
Oh, get out of here.
Seriously. So you had Lincoln and it's like President's Day.
Yeah, right.
All right. So Washington Prime Group, a couple of weeks ago, they put the place up for sale. But why am I bringing this up now? And I knew it because
recently the Taft Group
no,
bought it.
Stop. So yesterday, CRBE, which is a huge commercial real estate company, they confirmed that they're listing the property for sale. So I'm just telling you, I told you that nothing was going to happen here anytime soon. I told you 6-8 months ago that the money had fallen through from this Lincoln Group, and this was going, but all the media was like going gaga. Oh, look at this huge redevelopment. It's a pipe dream. It was never going to happen on any kind of reasonable time frame, and now the company is dumping it. But the fact is that West Shore Plaza remains open. There are still good things. Like I go to the New Balance store. That's where I get my my 990s. That's where I get. I mean, I love the New Balance store right inside of West Shore.
So there's a good Mexican place, an above-average Italian place, a good shoe store, and a movie theater. Yeah. Is that what you're telling me? I like that movie theater at West Shore.
But you got to listen to this. All right, so go to my, bring up my. Did you erase?
No, shut up.
Oh my, dude, would you? I had it all freaking.
I saved it all morning. Hold on, I'll find it.
Oh my God, would you? You just erased what I
ruined your whole joke.
Thanks for stalling me.
Well, let's talk more about the financial company here. You can buy yourself a little bit more time.
No, jeez, I had my audio all set up, and Fester closed the damn window.
It's pulling up.
Just leave it. Just don't touch it. Just leave it alone.
Damn it. We got like 5 more seconds of an ad.
Jesus, man. Just don't touch my stuff.
I didn't want to touch it.
Don't touch my windows, for crying out loud. So, man, this is fantastic. When they finally knock down West Shore Plaza, and it's going to happen at some point. So it's up for sale now. Maybe Bill Gates's group will buy it, they're involved in the whole.
What the hell's he going to do with it?
Dude, Bill Gates's group is involved with the whole Water Street deal.
I don't know this.
They were teamed up with Vinnick, and then Vinnick sold his share.
Vinnick and Gates both did not consult me. I have no idea.
Bill Gates, his private equity was involved in the whole Water Street in downtown Tampa with Vinnick. Vinnick, yeah, they developed the whole thing.
I was hanging out with Melinda. She didn't tell me.
All right, so here's the deal. Here's what needs to happen. And a listener suggested this, and you know what? I can't believe I didn't think of this. When it's time, and I think it's 10 years away. I think this will be a 10-year project. So West Shore Plaza is not coming down anytime soon. But when they finally sell it, a listener said, you got to do it. You know what you got to do? Oh, yeah.
You got us into this parking lot, pal. Now you get us out. You want out of this parking lot? Okay.
Would there be anything else?
Yes. Do you have a Miss Piggy?
Oh, yeah. Why did I not think of this? Oh, we got to do it.
Pants and burgers. Yeah. Lots of space in this mall.
All right, so obviously it's the Blues Brothers mall scene. We've got to make this happen. When they finally do shut down West Shore Plaza, we've got to get a 74 Dodge Monaco.
We had one.
We did have one. I had a perfect replica of the Bluesmobile for many years, and it rotted away. Yeah, I I can easily get another 74 Dodge Monaco, but we've got to do a drive-through recreation of the mall scene from the Blues Brothers in West Shore Plaza. And you know what? How do they exit? How do they exit the mall? Let me fast forward here. How does Jake and Elwood in the Bluesmobile, how do they exit the mall?
Do they blast through a Sears or something?
No, JCPenney. Okay. That's the only big box store left after Macy's closes in a couple of months. Seriously. So they exit the mall in a JCPenney, and there is a JCPenney at West Shore. So I can exit through JCPenney's window. Right here, listen. And that was it, right out of the JCPenney window.
You know, that's a dream, man. That'd be great to rip through that mall.
Oh, all right. So not while it's still in operation, but when they close everything down, because all the signage is going to be up there. And we got to recreate the Blues Brothers scene at West Shore Plaza when they finally close the thing down. If that's the last thing I'll ever do. Line from the movie, too. They broke my watch. All right, 8:41 at the MJ Morning Show. But listen, folks, you just learn to rely on my intel.
Yeah.
Learn to rely on what I say. It's accurate.
MJ, you're one source you need to go to, people, for all of your South Tampa Mall redevelopment stories.
I got some bad news. Graduates from Florida's nursing schools are not passing their licensing exams.
All right, what kind of nursing school? Because there's like a real schools that you think of, and then there's like schools that just specialize in nursing.
This is from the St. Pete Times. This is a throw. I'm into the nostalgia thing today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not calling them the Tampa Bay. It's the St. Pete Times.
That's right.
From the St. Pete Times. Florida nursing school graduates ranked last in the nation for first-time pass rates on the national licensing exam last year in 2024, leaving the state vulnerable as its population ages. What the hell? So Florida had the most test takers in the country in 2024, but if they're not passing the test and entering the workforce, it's not helping close the gap, the shortage of healthcare workers. How the hell is it that we've got this huge number of nursing school graduates that are not passing the exam? What's wrong with the nursing schools that they're not being able to pass the exam?
Does it mention what schools they're coming from?
No, just just the rates.
Okay.
On the exam to become a practical nurse, only 80.7% in Florida passed the exam.
80% seems like it's high. I don't know. I mean,
I don't see any particular school that's being called out.
It just seems like there's a lot of for-profit colleges that specialize in nursing.
But that's not good. You got the biggest demand from nurses in the country is Florida. We have the highest number of graduates, and they can't pass the exam? Hold on. What line? Someone's just calling in. Lori in Oldsmar. Lori, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
All right, Lori, you just passed or you just graduated from nursing school?
Yeah, I graduated December 14th from
LPN or RN?
I'm sorry?
LPN or RN?
RN.
Okay, and have you taken your exam yet?
I take my exam tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Oh, wow. And, I mean, did you know that we have the lowest pass rate in the country and that so many are failing the nursing exam?
I do. Actually, my program was put on academic probation because of it.
You were on double secret probation?
Academic probation.
No.
Double secret.
No, double secret probation. That's what you were on.
Oh, boy, is this great!
From Animal House.
Yes.
All right, so, Lori, are you going to pass your freaking exam at 1 o'clock tomorrow?
I absolutely will pass my exam tomorrow.
All right, so what's going on? Are the other nursing students stoned?
I'm not sure. I think part of the problem is I know my program struggled to retain professors. So I think some of it was the program. They've actually, after I graduated, they changed all the academics, the curriculum. So the students that are there right now, ours are like 11-week quarters is how ours roll. Not like a semester, they're 11-week quarters.
Lori, how old are you?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry?
How old are you?
I am actually 52 years old.
All right.
I went back to school at 50 and a half to become a nurse.
All right, 25 to 54, baby. All right, so hang on a minute. You were in the medical profession or just a complete shift in careers?
Total complete shift in careers.
What did you do for all the years before you went into nursing?
My father suffered a cardiac event and was in the hospital for 55 days. So there was during that time that I saw what the nurses did for
but what did you do? What did you do as a job for all the years prior?
Oh, I was a stay-home mom for a good portion of it, and then I worked in the front office at my local elementary school.
All right, wow. So, Lori, you're going to take your nursing exam tomorrow for your RN exam, and then how long before you get the results?
Most of my classmates have gotten their results within about a day or so. So hopefully by Friday, Monday at the latest.
All right, Lori, you got to call us back, okay?
100%, I will.
You have to call us back. We must know if you passed.
Yes. And I will say that everyone in my cohort, there was a little over 40 of us, I want to say like 42 or 44, that has taken it, has passed.
Oh, really? Okay, so you didn't learn with a bunch of morons.
No, I got some pretty sharp classmates, that's for sure.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Lori. You got to call us back.
Thank you. I sure will.
All right, goodbye.
Oh, she's not going to call back if she bombs the test.
No, she'll call us back. She's going to pay. I hear the confidence in her voice.
We're going to grab the bull by the balls and kick those punks off campus.
What do you intend to do, sir? Delta's already on probation.
They are?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Then, as of this moment, they're on double secret probation.
It's good stuff. 8:47 at the MJ Morning Show. You ever heard of Costco therapy?
No.
You've never heard of Costco therapy?
I guess I've heard of like shopping therapy.
There is a therapy that's been labeled as Costco therapy that when people go to Costco, it just makes them feel better.
Until you check out, you went in for a gallon of milk and you walk out spending $850.
You walk in hoping to spend $3.99 and you walk out, it's $497. No, so I read a story last night about Costco therapy. It's like, what is Costco therapy? Why is Costco therapy so effective? And it's a whole story that people go to Costco, and if they're in a bad mood, they go into Costco, they just feel better. I'm not making this. Listen to this.
I don't know if I see it. I mean, parking's always jammed.
Let me read this to you.
All right.
The minute you walk into Costco, you can't help but be mesmerized by the colorful nature scenes on the TVs. You turn around and find those perfect socks you've been looking for, 8 pairs for only $15, and then you can't help but pick up one of those adorable squishmallows that are peering at you from across the aisle.
Oh, the squishmallows are so fun.
This feeling of calm, curiosity, and well-being reminds us why many of us refer to shopping as retail therapy. A trip to a megastore that sells seemingly everything like Costco appears to have the power to instantly put us in a better mood. And specifically, they're saying that Costco is one of the places that just makes people feel better. And you can easily harness these better feelings by going to a Costco. And
really?
The power of buying in bulk.
I've never felt empowered by being able to buy 4 salad dressings at the same time.
Dr. Vanessa Patrick, consumer psychologist, professor of marketing at the University of Houston, says that buying in bulk makes people feel like they're deriving value and getting a good deal. At Costco, happiness comes from the knowledge that you're getting high-quality branded products at a lower cost per unit than at a regular grocery store. When a product is available at Costco, it's often for a limited time, reinforcing the perception of exclusivity. You know what? That actually bothers me. That actually gives me agita.
Really?
That gives me anxiety.
What?
listen, I don't get anxiety. I'm not an anxious person. But I'm just to illustrate what ticks me off is when you buy something at Costco and you love it and you keep going back, and it's kind of it's a destination purchase that you got to go to Costco. When they discontinue the product, or if it's not in stock,
it's over. It's gone.
Oh God, oh my! It's like you've been shot in the face. That is the worst feeling when there's something you like. For instance, those South Korean barbecue jerky bites, the pork jerky, the strips.
Yes.
So now they only have bites. What happened to the strips?
Tariffs,
they don't have them.
No.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's like you were shot in the face.
It's terrible.
Would you rather be shot in the face
Listen,
or get your jerky strips?
I used to get the big 1 pound wedge of Locatelli Romano at Costco. Gone. I mean, I hate it when you find something, a product you love, and you keep going back for it, and then suddenly it disappears like a freaking alien abduction. That bothers me.
So you don't agree with this Costco therapy?
So the story starts out with Costco makes you feel good.
Look at you now.
And I've just morphed it into when I get really, really pissed at Costco when they get rid of an item that I really, 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 really liked. All right, this brings to a close over 1 hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. And I've got something of a little bit of an adult nature that's next. And it's about relationships. The secret to great sex. Are you ready? When we get back, I have an expert, a psychological relationship expert that has what he says is the best sex tip of all time. And it involves one question. Greatest sex tip, one question that you need to ask.
Oh.
If this doesn't get you listening in just a few minutes, I don't know what will. That's next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. I'm out doing my prep last night. I'm in the prepperverse. That's the preparation universe. And I stumble across this relationship expert, a doctor, and a sexuality professor. Now this is adult related, but it's listen. This is not it's not overtly. This is not
gratuitously.
It's not too racy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But this is really important. This is, according to him, the key to great sex. And all you have to do is ask your partner one question. Just one question. Got to work the match game music in somehow. Do you know what the question is? Anybody? One simple question. If you want to have great sex, have a great relationship, this expert, Dr. William Yarber, says ask just one question. And what is the question?
Oh, man, I don't even want to guess. I'm going to be way off.
Should we go to, well, people can look it up. They'll yeah, so, all right, what do you, Festus question is, hey, what's for lunch?
Yeah, right?
All right, it's very simple. The question is, how do you like to be touched? That's it.
Oh.
How do you like to be touched? That's what the professor, this sexuality expert, Dr. Yarber, says. That in his decades and decades of experience, that this is the key to a great sex life and hence a great relationship.
All right.
As a major component of having a great relationship.
Thank you, Dr.
Why do you seem dismayed and disappointed and let down? I mean, you're like a human version of something I said.
It's a little Debbie Downer-ish.
What do you mean? Womp womp.
How do you like to be touched?
I mean,
it's so simple, but when you think, if you just stop and think about it, that's some depth right there. It's a very simple question, but it's got a lot of depth to it. It's got texture. Dude, why are you like flabbergasted and dismayed? It's like you're disoriented.
No, I'm just thinking you're making out.
Dude, you're
hold
like
on.
It's like you were hitting the head with a bat over there.
It's a lame question.
It is not a lame question.
How
if
do
you
you
think
like to be touched? MJ, how do you like to be touched?
All right, I want to hear from the women. I want to hear from ladies right now. Is that a dumb question or is that remarkably enlightening? Let's go. 800. Don't be embarrassed. If you want to be anonymous, that's fine. I mean, it's a very simple question. It's not X-rated or even R-rated, really. 800-990-1047. What do you think about that revelation? I think, man, that's like the clouds opened up and here's the sun. That's like the Wizard of Oz going from black and white to color.
Are you asking for people to call in to see how they like the question or to answer the question?
That's like the thrill of seeing the aliens walk off the spaceship. What's your question again?
Are you asking people to call in to answer the question or what they think of the
question?
question?
No, what you think about it.
Okay.
No, I don't want people to tell me how they like to get touched.
Man, I like to be tickled on my back. I don't want to hear all that.
Don't you think that is a remarkable revelation, so simplistic, and maybe you haven't even thought about asking that question to derive an answer for your relationship? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. It's a very diverse show today, by the way.
Yes.
I'm talking about smashing a Bluesmobile through a mall to this now.
Let's go. I'm here for it.
This mall's got everything. All right, 800-990-1047. I think it's eye-opening, and it is so simple, it's brilliant.
We don't need to talk to guys on this. No offense, fellas.
Dude, that's why I said I want to talk to the ladies.
I'm putting it back out there.
It's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. All right. 800-990-1047 gets you on. What do you think? Start with Lauren in Tampa. Lauren, MJ Morning Show, welcome.
Good morning, MJ. How are you?
I am well.
Okay, so I need to weigh in on this because before you even said what the expert question was going to be, I looked at my husband and I totally agree. But the way the expert worded it is slightly creepy. So maybe verbalize it differently. Like, what do you like? Because that is key. Everyone is pleasured differently. So asking that is going to open up conversation, make a woman feel comfortable. Like, I guarantee it's a great question.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's really worded awkwardly. I think it's simple and direct. I did not get a creepy vibe out of how do you like to be touched. I mean, it's conversational. It's getting to know your significant other.
For sure. I do agree. How do you like to be touched?
Yes.
It's a little strange, but if you just verbalize it in a comfortable manner, oh my God, your woman's
Right, it's not a creep in the mall coming up behind you on the escalator and sniffing your hair and then whispering that in your ear. I mean, it's your husband,
Just Lauren?
Did you just roll your car? What was that?
Lauren, you driving off the road?
Lauren, you there? Lauren! Oh, my God. Lauren!
I'm genuinely worried.
Lauren, are you there? Lauren, are you there?
Like a therapeutic value to go.
Holy crap! Are you, what just happened?
Lauren, were you talking the whole time?
What now?
No, it sounded like you flipped your car down an embankment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I got out of the car because you were on my Bluetooth. Me and my husband just left Heim's breakfast, and I'm like, I have to call in.
Oh no! But you disappeared. It sounded like your car went off the road or something.
for like 30
then
seconds.
Let me repeat this. This is important.
Okay, go ahead. Up, she's back on the road. Hang on a minute. Back on. Okay, back on the road. Go ahead.
Okay, what I was saying is that I get horned up going into Costco.
Oh, you get, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You get horned up going into Costco?
Yeah, can I say that on the radio? I mean,
Hey, did you hear, wait a minute. Did you hear us talk about Costco a few minutes ago?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you get horny at Costco?
I'm telling you, it supercharges me. And my husband at first thought it was obnoxious and refused to go. But, oh my God, I go crazy in there. And then afterwards, I'm like ready for my husband. Something about spending money and having everything at my fingertips, it just drives me wild.
So you load your shopping cart with stuff at Costco. When you get home, you're ready for action?
Truly. Women like to spend money, MJ. And if the husband or significant other says yes and doesn't interfere, it does get us horned up.
Lauren, are there any particular items at Costco that especially get you horned up?
Well, I mean, listen, I am petite in size, but I do love the bakery section. And, oh God, the TVs like you were talking about, MJ.
Yeah.
I just want to go up and down every aisle.
Sounds like it.
It's unbelievable. I will just purchase to purchase things I don't even need.
So when you walk in and they've got the TVs, the minute you walk into Costco, you get horny just looking at Sony and Samsung and LG and Vizio?
It drives me wild. You're talking to a 42-year-old female, and I go wild for it.
Oh, man, this is great. Lauren, is this the first time you've ever called the show?
Yes, it is.
Call back anytime.
All right, Lauren, you're welcome to call us anytime you want, okay?
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
She's a champ.
Bye.
Look at that. First-time caller to the MJ Morning Show. My God, this segment's much better than I ever thought. All right, Melanie, if you want to top that, let's go. Maybe we ought to ask what stores horn you up.
Right? That's a whole segment.
What stores horn you
Let's
up?
save that for tomorrow.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. It's Melanie in Tampa. Melanie, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, so first of all, I just wanted to say first, I found you guys recently, like a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And you guys take me to work every day now, so thank you.
Melanie, how long you been in town?
I have been in town for a long time. I've been in town since 2007.
All right, so you never listened to the MJ Morning Show when we were on the other station? Holy, so wait a minute.
No.
You had never heard of the MJ Morning Show until...
I had not.
What were you listening? If you don't mind me asking, what were you listening to?
Regular radio, just songs and I don't know, 80s stuff.
Yeah, that's our format is like, 80s,
Yeah,
90s and more.
I know.
But in the morning we're all talk. Hey, Meredith, come on in here. Come on in. I want to ask Meredith a question. All right, so Melanie, go ahead. You're on.
All right. So as far as, the touch, I think that is so important because I'm currently with somebody. Let's just say we have to rely on touch because other things just don't work right. But it's the best, that I've had with anybody because we have learned how to properly touch each other in ways to stimulate all that.
All right, so you agree with the doctor and the sexual expert, what was his name? Dr. William Yarber. So you agree with Dr. Yarber that the best question to ask for great sex is you ask your partner, how do you like to be touched? So you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Melanie, thank you for finding the show.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, hey, Meredith, formerly from the MJ Morning Show, thanks for walking by the studio.
Of course.
All right, so this is an interesting segment, and before that, we were talking about Costco and how people walk into Costco in a bad mood, and Costco puts them in a good mood.
Yeah, until you see the price of everything
Thank
before you leave.
Thank you very
I just went this past week and it was like $379. I was like,
that's it. You walk in to get some grapes.
A deal.
Yeah, you walk in to get some grapes, you'd end up $500 worth. No, but we had a couple of things going on. We were talking about Costco making you happy.
Mhm.
Then this doctor and this professor of human sexuality says that for a great relationship, you ask your partner, how do you like to be touched? But that's not why I have you in here.
Okay.
We just had a caller on who just says that Costco makes her horny.
Costco?
Yeah.
I could see that.
So my question for you, are there any stores that horn you up?
Yeah, Victoria's Secret's a good one.
That's
a jewelry store, going to the Todd. Yeah, all that stuff.
Those are two of those three things are kind of sexually charged.
Yeah.
What about Victoria's Secret doesn't count. What about Target?
Target, yeah, I could see that.
What about Publix? Does Publix horn you up?
Actually, I love shopping in general. So yes, all this is the cucumber section is always good.
Stop.
What if eggplants are buy one get one?
Stop.
I'll make that eggplant tonight, baby. But the best way to figure out what somebody enjoys in the bedroom is to ask their favorite position.
All right.
All right.
Advice from
Wouldn't
Meredith.
you say? Like, that's a good start?
I don't know. I'm always a power bottom, but it's like you ever kick a cockroach
You
over?
ever tried being the topsies?
Guys, stop,
Once
please.
in junior college.
Oh, my gosh.
She died.
You're embarrassing me, guys. All right, Meredith, thank you for
All
stopping
right, no
by.
problem.
We love you, Mayor.
Just sex talk.
All right, 9:14. Well, listen, it was very clinical. It started very clinically, is what it did. All right, 9:14 at the MJ Morning Show. Thank you, Meredith. Appreciate you stopping by. Well, you want to hear, and I've heard of this before, and then I saw it again, and there's actually a picture. This grosses you out. When you're on an airplane, the people that invade your space, have you ever had somebody behind you like put their feet up on your armrest? And I've had it both ways. I've had it with people with shoes or socks on, and I've had people with shoes and socks off and bare feet. Like their toes are poking through the seat, like in between two seats. Or seriously, listen, I've flown a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you've been on a lot of plane flights. I remember you told a story once of a guy who flipped his hair over your TV screen.
Oh, I took a picture of that.
Yeah.
No, his hand.
Was it his hand?
I had a guy that put his hand over his head, sort of in a stretching, and then just kept it there. And his whole hand is covering the seat back. I think it was on JetBlue or something. And his whole hand is covering my TV. So in this realm, I thought this was hysterical. And I've heard of something similar in the past. There's a guy that took a picture of a woman, and she's got flip-flops on, and her toenails are all painted. The woman behind her, this guy, sticks her feet under the seat, and they're poking out under the seat below him.
Like between his feet. He can look down and see her toes?
Between his feet. He's looking down, and there's flip-flops, and the lady's toes and toenail polish. Anyway, you know how you take care of people like this?
You step on them?
No. You do the wet sneeze trick. Do you know what the wet sneeze trick? If you have anybody invading your space and they got like a foot or something, or like that, or some people will stick their hand in, and all kinds of crap you see on an airplane. The wet sneeze trick, this is great. So if anyone invades your personal space, you do the wet sneeze trick. So you need water, and you dip your hands in the water. So you need a cup of water, a bottle of water, and you get your hands all, and you can think of other applications where this will work. So the sneeze, exactly, Fester's doing the flicking motion. So you got to wet your fingers, and you do the sneeze. You go, and then at the same time, you take your fingers and you flick the water on their feet or hand.
So they hear it and then they feel it.
They will recoil like, the movie Alien, where the aliens recoil,
Yes.
All right. So they will recoil so fast, and they will not stick their feet or other appendages in your personal space again. The wet sneeze trick. You fake the sneeze, and then you flick water on them at the same time, and they just think that they just got slobber sneezed on, and they will retract from your space, and that's it. It is completely done. You will not have a problem with that passenger again. Simple as that.
That's some good advice.
That is fantastic advice, by the way. Can I ask a question about gas?
What kind? I mean, there's multiple ways that can go.
Why were Michelle and I down in Sarasota and Manatee on Saturday, and the gas was like 20 cents a gallon cheaper than up in Tampa?
How much was it?
So we saw gas as cheap as like $2.79, wow. $2.82. Now, gas prices have been going down.
Yeah.
So if you've noticed over the last couple of the gas prices have been all over the road. I mean, I've seen it jump 20 cents, then down 20 cents. But right now, we are on a downward trajectory, and prices are going down. But why would regular unleaded, let's say, be $3.05 in Tampa and be $2.85 in Sarasota? Why the hell would the transport is longer? Because the fuel is coming in, right? The fuel is coming in mostly the port of Tampa. I know there's a little port in Bradenton, but
I can't imagine
Port Manatee. But the bulk of the gas is coming in in Tampa, either the port of Tampa or Port Tampa. So why is a gas station that is close to where the distribution is? Why would the gas in Tampa and St. Pete? But more so Tampa. And, you look at the taxes and, you got a 1 cent gas tax in Hillsborough, whatever. But it just doesn't make sense. And we're driving down in Sarasota, and I just seen all the gas because I needed to fill up. And, all the gas prices up for regular unleaded in Tampa on Saturday. I saw 301, 305, and then we get down to Sarasota, and I was seeing like 282s, 279s, 285s. And, again, prices are going down. Are you on gas, buddy?
Yeah, and I'm looking, I see gas as low as, the lowest gas I see is $2.73 a gallon, kind of like in the Minnesota area.
Yeah, it looks like it's on Tamiami. Is that
here's Bradenton, so here's...
Is that on 41? Someplace on 41?
Yeah, a 301.
That's 301. All right, so that's somewhere in Sarasota. So 273 a gallon.
The
wow.
cheapest I see, but then,
But then you roll up to Tampa, and why are the prices more expensive? Look at this.
$3.19.
$3.19, $3.13, $3.22, $3.50. What is going on? Why, if we're closer to where the gas comes in, is the gas more expensive in Tampa, and it's cheaper, and it's got to take an hour-long truck ride down to Sarasota?
I mean, a couple of places.
Why?
I mean, here's one that's 285.
Yeah, out in Brandon.
295.
Out on Brandon Boulevard, I guess.
Way out on 60.
Yeah.
I mean, there's cheaper gas around, but overall it just seems to be higher here.
I don't get that. I mean, it was like, why is that? You got more in transportation costs, getting the fuel, an hour away from the port or an hour or more away from the port. That's a mystery I want solved here on the MJ Morning Show. All right, 9:21. And guess what? Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next.
Yes.
What, is that like a yes as far as relief?
You take it any way you like. I mean, I always enjoy the last segment of the show. So we're action-packed.
I got to look into this, but do not embarrass yourself. There's an emergency feature on some phones. I know that the iPhones have an emergency feature. The Android phones, I'm an Android user, and there's an emergency feature. Do not embarrass yourself. There is an SOS emergency feature on the Google Pixel. And the reason why this is interesting to me is because I have a Google Pixel.
Yeah, you and the 14 other people that have one.
Michelle and I they sell a lot of Pixels. All right, Andrew, what Pixel do you have? Which one? Which one do you have? I have the 8 Pro. 7A. All right, so I've got the Pixel 8 Pro. I skip the 9, and then I'll go to the 10. I always get one every 2 years. But there's an emergency SOS feature on the Pixel and other Android phones that if you're not careful, you can really embarrass yourself. And then also, this will also morph into, don't do this. Why would you even potentially get yourself into trouble by having this in the first place? So if I'm talking in some riddles here, trust me, it'll all be made crystal clear when we get back in just a moment. Also, what happens when you get a takeout order from a restaurant and they just toss something in with a note that says, yeah, had to get rid of it. All right, so you get a takeout order from a restaurant, and this is a well-known chain. Everyone's going to know this. And you get a bonus box with an item, and then there's a note, sorry, I had to get rid of it in your order? All right, I got a couple of big mysteries that we're going to solve next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. 32 at the MJ Morning Show, and this is the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show on a Wednesday. Yes, Fester, they will be back tonight. Yeah, just a quick little trip.
Okay.
Yeah, Fester asking when, and Michelle will be in the studio tomorrow. So if you're wondering what happened to Michelle today, well, we had her on the phone earlier. She's on a trip with Chloe, visiting a law school today. They're having like an open house deal, and it's one of the schools where Chloe is interested, and she wasn't rejected. She wasn't accepted. She's on the wait list, and it's always a good thing to show continued interest if you're on the wait list, because that carries some weight.
Oh, really?
If you show because you generally have to write a letter of continued interest if you're on the wait list, because they try to sort out who's serious, who's not. So, listen, Chloe's in the law school process. They applied to like 33 or 34 schools. I mean, it's a lot.
That's a little bit of over. Does each one of these have like an application fee?
Yeah.
Have you spent
well, hold on. Some schools have an application fee. Some do not. You know, some are $125. Some are like $65. It just depends. And some schools don't even have a fee.
So you've dropped a couple of $1,000s just in application fees.
Hey, thanks for reminding me.
I'm just pointing this out.
Thanks for reminding me.
Why can't Chloe pick 3 schools? Why's it got to be 35?
Well, because you don't have any guarantee that you're going to be accepted. So you have to play the numbers. And again, this year has been horrific. The most law school applications in years. Schools are inundated. schools that would have had decisions rendered already for most students are like way behind. So now you got to play the numbers game, especially this year. So, okay, listen, Chloe's just trying to have all of the options open as far as, going to law school in the fall. So we'll see where things actually happen. All right. This really hits home to me. I got to figure this out.
What's wrong?
So on some Android phones, like the Pixel phones from Google, and I have a Pixel. Michelle has a Pixel. Yeah, my kids are all hoity-toity. My kids, Chloe and Julian, they've got to have the iPhones. Oh, no, mommy and daddy are nerds because we have Androids. Guess what? I'm not part of the Apple cult. I love my Android phone, okay? I've never had an iPhone. I will never have an iPhone. I'm telling you right now, I feel confident that I will never, ever have an iPhone.
Fantastic. We're all really proud of you.
Well, thank you. So I didn't know this feature existed, but there's an emergency SOS feature, which is on the Pixel and some other Android phones. And this dude apparently sent a picture to emergency contacts of his crotch without clothes.
Okay.
While he was sleeping.
Well, who's his emergency contacts?
All right, well, here's the deal. Now, friends, relatives.
How deep do your emergency contacts go?
So it's an emergency alert that you can send to friends and family. It's a feature.
Oh, okay.
So if there's a problem, like, my dad has an iPhone. My mom has an iPhone as well. And like my dad has, it might be part of his Apple Watch, but my dad, who's, 82 years old and he's had a number of falls, I get alerted when my dad, like if the watch has an impact or if it senses some type of G's, I'll get alerts from my dad's watch that there's been a fall.
Or an accident.
Yeah.
I've heard of people in car accidents and the phone sends out a message.
Same kind of deal. But here's a user that was not quite aware of this feature on their Google Pixel phone. He accidentally triggered the emergency SOS tool on the device while he was half asleep. And he apparently sent a video of his bare crotch to his closest contacts. I
mean, most of my closest contacts have already seen it. It's nothing new.
Oh, that's very appetizing.
No.
It's fantastic. Emergency SOS. Yeah, the Pixel has and other Androids as well. Listen, I believe the Apple phone, the iPhones have SOS features. So the SOS features, he said, and this guy posts this whole thing on Reddit, like with a big warning, on the Android subreddit or one of the cell phone deals, that the Pixel SOS feature is a great way to send bleep pics to your friends.
How about you not keep pictures of your junk on your phone, dude?
On a Pixel smartphone, emergency SOS is activated by quickly pressing the power button 5 times or more, resulting in a blaring siren sound.
Really? Do it to your phone.
I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let me make sure my phone. I'm going to try this. I didn't know this. But then it sent video of his crotch, so he's half asleep. Let me turn my phone on, take it off of vibrate.
Who are your emergency contacts? Do you have any?
I think I've got some set up. It's been a while, and when I go from phone to phone, it copies all my data. All right, so what it say? I'm going to push my Pixel power button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
You're doing it too much.
Nothing's happening.
Where's your siren?
Nothing. Hold on, let me put my fingerprint in and turn. Let me try to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It only says 5 times. Don't do it 10 times. It might blow up.
It said 5 times or more. Nothing's happening here. Oh, wait a second. What if I'm in an emergency situation? I'm screwed. Well, my phone's not doing it. So it's supposed to turn into a blaring siren? Oh, hold on, Andrew. You've got it? Hold on, Andrew. Turn your microphone on. So Andrew's got a Pixel as well, and he's in the producer's booth. I don't hear anything coming out of your phone, Andrew.
I was just turning the volume back on.
All right, well, do it.
Dude, we're not here to be quiet. We're here to make it.
We keep our phones quiet during the show.
Yeah, but let me hear it. Let me hear the sound.
Let's see if it does it.
I'm not hearing anything anyway. But apparently with the SOS feature.
Okay, it says calling emergency number.
Oh, no. Don't call 911 or something.
All right, so on my iPhone.
Yeah, it called 911.
Oh, you just called 911?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Now they got to dispatch a car to the cell area.
Well, if we see any officers trolling our parking lot.
Hold on. Andrew, did it call 911?
I think I didn't have I think it did.
Oh, geez, that sucks. Because, if there's a 911 hang-up, they dispatch a car to, if they can get a geolocation, but a lot of times they have to dispatch a unit to the closest cell tower. I mean, literally, I've done ride-alongs with HCSO, and we'll just go to the intersection where the cell tower is. Just see if there's somebody, like in the road dead or something.
Andrew's just wasting resources.
That's it.
So I hit the power button 5 times on the iPhone.
Yeah.
And it took me to my emergency screen. It took me to either a power off or contact my emergency person, which is you. So I don't want to call you right now.
All right. So the feature sent a newly recorded point of view, which happened to be his naked crotch to 12 of his emergency contacts. My God.
Hi, Q105.
All right, Andrew's mic is still on. We're listening to him. But he's screening calls right now.
He doesn't even know his mic on.
He didn't know his mic was on. All right, so heads up on that. All right, speaking of phones, and this is for your general well-being, new research. What are you laughing at?
I just got a text from Ari, and he says, MJ, who will never own an iPhone, sounds like him a year ago when he said he'll never fly Spirit. Oh, well.
True. I'm flying Spirit again this weekend. I'm on my way to 1 million miles on Spirit.
You're about to be customer of the year.
Exactly. I said I would never fly Spirit. I'm going on my 20th flight now in a year. Well, but listen, it's the most convenient thing to fly back and forth to Fort Lauderdale to see my ailing dad.
Funny.
Yeah. All right. So one other phone issue here, and this is for your mental health, that this one change to your phone usage can reverse age-related cognitive issues by 10 years. Keeping your phone's internet off could boost your well-being, focus, sleep, productivity, impulsivity, and blocking. Listen to this. Blocking mobile internet for 2 weeks led to mental health improvements with an effect size larger than typically seen in antidepressant studies.
What?
Improved sustained attention comparable to reversing 10 years of age-related decline. They're saying in this research, hold on. 911 just called Andrew back. All right, Andrew.
Put your mic on.
All right, turn your microphone on.
Let's at least hear your side.
All right, did you hang up with him?
Yes, I'm off the phone with him now.
All right, so 911 called you back and said what?
They just asked to make sure everything was okay.
And did he tell you accidentally?
Yeah, it was a mistake, yeah.
All right.
Did they say next time we're going to take it to the big
house?
house?
And they took my name just to make sure.
All right, and did they identify which agency they were calling from?
St. Pete, but I don't know specifically.
Okay, all right. Well, good. So at least they're not going to dispatch a unit.
Right.
Would have been Pinellas County Emergency Operations.
Yeah.
Area.
So, but at least 911 called Andrew back as he accidentally activated it. But listen to this, seriously. So if you just block the mobile internet on your phone, that this can improve your mental health. Yes, Andrew.
I don't believe they got any pictures of me.
Andrew sent a picture of his naked crotch
Yes.
to 911 dispatch in St. Pete.
This is 911. We just received a picture of a very ugly man with a deformity below his waist. Is this you?
She's got a dick pic for him. Oh,
so, I mean, essentially the story is saying go back to an old flip phone. I mean, the internet capabilities of your phone is what makes it.
But here's the deal.
The addictive device.
It is addictive. It's absolutely addictive. So without mobile internet access on their phones, guess what people did? They spent more time socializing in person. They spent more time exercising. They had more outdoor activity. And these behaviors improved well-being.
Then why are guys in prison so upset?
And some of the benefits even continued after the internet access on the phone was restored. So there's a halo effect here. Listen, simple stuff, new research. Listen, I'm of the belief that there are many things that are a net negative in our lives. Social media is a net negative. I mean, just look at the video I posted yesterday. That's an absolute net negative.
Did humanity really need that?
It's what I posted on my Instagram yesterday is lowest common denominator. It is the dreck of human society. And in fact, folks, I warned everyone multiple times on today's show that if you're offended easily, do not, whatever you do, if you are offended easily, and this is a content warning, do not go to my Instagram. Do not go to MJ, Certified MJ Radio. So my Instagram handle, I'm Certified MJ Radio. If you are easily offended, do not go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Do not look at the last video posted.
I mean, if you can't take a joke, if you can't appreciate something for
it's
the
not
humor that it's maybe intended.
Hey, Andrew, who's that in there? Andrew, who's in your who just walked in your room? Who's that?
Is Andrew answering your question?
No, Andrew has no idea. And who was just there? Oh, somebody. Okay, I thought it was somebody else.
Okay.
No, if it was the person I thought it was, I had a question for them. All right, but seriously, do not go to my. If you're offended easily, don't leave a comment. I can't believe you posted this. Oh my God.
We're not here to offend anybody.
Yeah, I'm just warning you. If you're easily offended, do not look at the last video posted on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio.
But
whatever
why
you do.
Isn't this a real size? I mean, a cup's a cup, pints 2 cups.
Right,
what if you want a pint and a half? Or a cup and a half?
Just stop right there. Just stop. Folks, I saw something yesterday. I was standing in line picking up Michelle and Chloe's takeout sandwich order at Wright Sandwich Shop in South Tampa. And they had display cups for the different sizes for the potato salad and the macaroni salad. And they've got the half cup, they've got the cup, they've got the pint, they've got the quart. And let's just say the 2 cups were next to each other, and they have black magic marker that indicates the size of each cup. And let's just say this smacked me in the face, and I couldn't unsee it. And, well, I had to document it. Do not look at this if you're offended easily.
And then don't look at the picture of Michelle eating the breadstick.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Which I've watched 500 times.
I'm on a roll. Oh, man. But listen, I was saying about technology. I was talking about how, the internet, if you take the internet off your phone, that people's, mental health increases, cognitive issues increase. Listen, this is valid stuff. But also, technology is not always good for us. I mean, the amount of screen time we get. Speaking of social media, I know I was about to say this, that I think social media is ultimately a net negative. If I did not do this radio show, the minute I'm done with this radio show, I think I'm just going to erase all my social media accounts. I'm just going to disappear. I'm going to be like alien abduction. When I stop doing radio, I'm shutting everything down, and I'm just going into silent dark mode. I guess
mode?
I'm going in the freaking witness relocation program.
All right, people, you heard him, so you better check out this picture of Michelle eating the breadstick right now, because it's only going to be around for...
I would not do the social media stuff if I didn't need it as a component and as an asset to promote our radio show. I'm being honest here.
I think you enjoy it a little bit.
9:47 at the MJ Morning Show. And then finally, I had to get rid of it. What do you make out of this? I love Reddit. Reddit has just a little bit of if you're gonna, it's on there. They have everything. So I'm reading this this Reddit thread, and there's a link to this person's social media. A customer at Wingstop, big wing franchises all over the country. Wingstop probably has, 3,000 locations?
Maybe. And I've never been to one. I think we had a Wingstop store like a month ago.
You know what? I pass them all the time. I've never been to a Wingstop. Nothing against them. Wings are not like my destination. I only went to my first Buffalo Wild Wings. I went to my first B-Dubs, 5 years ago? And, I was taking Chloe to soccer practice out on Long Island at the Hofstra Bubble. And I was hungry, and I started driving around. I'm like, you know what? Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. Look at that. And I popped in for the first time ever. But how many locations does Wingstop have? Just out of curiosity. I would say, 3,000? Listen to what happened. A Wingstop customer orders wings, and there's an extra box in the bag. So the customer gets the Wingstop box, and inside the delivery bag, because I guess they ordered Uber Eats or DoorDash or one of these things, and the order comes and there's a whole separate box, and it's loaded with celery sticks. And there's a note written on the box. Sorry, had to get rid of these. What?
Listen, I mean, celery is a reasonable side to wings.
Yeah, that's is it celery and carrot sticks, or are those an accoutrement?
Yeah, those are the two I've seen.
With wings?
Yeah, I think it cleanses the palate, or it helps knock down the heat, or whatever it does. I've ordered wings before, and they've given a side of celery. You got to figure, if you're ordering closing time in the last half an hour, if they cut 10 heads of celery and they still have a bunch left, they got to get rid of it. They can't use it 2 days in a row.
When the customer opens up the bag, the wings are in the box, and then there's a whole separate box jam-packed with cut celery sticks.
I'm not mad at that.
And then a note, sorry, had to get rid of it, enjoy. And then a smiley face.
I mean, maybe the person can use. I mean, if I know that I'm throwing it away.
Dude, celery sticks have a long shelf life. I mean, celery is like one of the vegetables that you can keep in the fridge for a long time.
Yeah.
Like lettuce goes kind of soggy. Spinach only has a quickie shelf life.
At home.
Arugula, there are certain vegetables, like carrots, will last for 7 years in your fridge.
That's not exactly true.
Well, they last a long time.
But MJ, listen, if you're a restaurant, you probably cut fresh celery every day. And you probably throw it away at the end of the night. You don't keep vegetables for the next day.
Celery surprise from Wingstop.
That's actually very thoughtful of the person. Maybe the other person can use it, or they have a pet rabbit or something.
Did you ever find out how many Wingstop locations there are nationwide?
As of December of 2023, there are 2,214 restaurants worldwide.
Gotcha. All right. I thought maybe 3,000. Yeah.
Pretty close.
All right. We got to roll. Have a phenomenal day. Yeah, Michelle will join us again tomorrow. And we might have another special guest in the studio tomorrow.
Ooh.
We might have somebody in the running for the job opening here on the MJ Morning Show that might be hanging out with us tomorrow as we're going through the interview and reviewing process for the newest cast member to be added sometime soon to the MJ Morning Show. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.
Win a new 2025 Corvette Stingray convertible for just $5. Get your raffle tickets at Stingray.